Oh, Tyler, I love you too. Oh, I didn't move my mic into position. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me mute it while I move it. That should be a little better. Hi. Hi, Soundtrack 78. Hi, Tyler. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and give me 1 sec just to connect the bots. It's a game of connect the bots. I never thought of that before. Wait, are you sure you want to? Yes, I'm sure I want to connect the bots. That way, when people type something, the bot will say hi to them. Okay, that should be that. Oh, and oh, you know what? We didn't get an alert for DeLorean's resubscription, and now we're not getting. Hmm. Well, soundtrack. I don't know why that didn't play. Let me take a quick look. Oh, there it is. It's just behind. Six. And the graphics card hasn't even had time to heat up yet, and there goes the oh sorry. So again, my deepest apologies for that horrible static, and new computer could be here any day. Just have to drop the bass. Is that like the opposite of more cowbell? I'm sorry, I couldn't. I don't have bass treble control on. Um, well, I don't have a sound mixer. Is probably the underlying problem. I just use OBS to mix the to set the relative um, volume levels. So that's I'm sure that's affecting. But hi Shadow Wolf. Uh, good to have you here. Oh, DeLorean. All right, enjoy your lurk. I missed you saying you were gonna lurk, but I'm sure you must have. But oh, are those new Tyler Trains with Tyler remotes? I didn't even look. They are trains. We've got a Ghost train, a British Railways, and a Lunar. What's Lunar other than um um other than a lot of consonants with see. Said hi to Shadow Wolf. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. I think we're starting with a very small group today, which is likely for the best. Uh, oh, look, there's already uh, something going on behind us uh, at the airport. Uh, LNER, LN, LNER, LNER. Well, it's not an airport code because, oh, wait, oh, London. Oh, did you just spell it? Oh, you did spell it ever. London and Northeastern Railway. Oh, how nice. That sounds quite posh. POSH. I seem to be in a mood today. I don't know uh, yet exactly what that mood is, but we will we will find out. I'm sure in just the next little bit here. Um, I've got a couple things. Let's see. I thought that I had already set up before we started streaming, but that I now see haven't. Uh, oh, yeah. So that'll work, right? New Edward, yeah, that we can have that in here. No, that's not right. Oh no. Oh. Let me. Uh, there we go. Is that? Oh no. No. Okay. Well, I'll have to fix that later. Um, Yeah, DeLorean, I don't even know. I mean, is it an actual person? I think. I mean, I do see this. I see this at almost every airport I go. You know, I mean, I'm like when I'm not streaming, just generally. And I think I have name tags off, but if I turn them on, is there anybody on the horizon anywhere? We should be close enough to Boston to see people who are there, so maybe they were on. Now I can turn them off. Oh, or maybe that doesn't work when I'm in drone mode unless I do the C key. No, maybe it doesn't work at all when I'm in drone mode. This simulator, I gotta tell you know, or maybe there's just nobody around for me to see nameplates. I guess there's not. I'm in North Europe. There's almost always people on the ground, but when I have nameplates on, nothing ever shows up here. And it happens at every airport I go to, and when I'm not streaming, so there's no one would have any reason to showboat uh, for that. Well, at any rate, oh, okay. Well, oh, and that was Soundtrack who said that, not. Let's go back here, and we can just go around to this side. Hi, that wasn't gonna work. Mm-hmm. There we go. It's fine. What's up, Doc? Today, there's we're so the plan for today, I think, is to just really kind of go through. There's Boston Center was on for a few hours this morning, but they signed off a while ago, and there's no reason to think anybody will sign on. But even if they did, I think trying to actually fly the Wings IFR 11 to try for the rating today would likely be ill-advised. um, it's a, it's a, it's really something. I got to tell you. Um, so instead, what I think we'll do is we'll just kind of we'll take a brief look at the materials for the flight from BVA, just to point out some of the highlights of the stuff I've never done before that I'm going to do for this flight. So we'll do that, and then we'll then I think we'll all watch me fumble around in Navigraph some more because I'm learning slowly. Soundtrack, don't let me forget to mention Moose in regard to Navigraph. But then, so then once we get a flight plan set up in indeed they are eminently suitable. I, oh, so let me keep things in order so I don't get confused. Sim Caesar, so wonderful to see you. Welcome on in. Delighted as always to have you here. And Vega Blue Sky, ditto. Lovely to see you, and delighted to have you here. Um, I was just telling the folks our plan for today is kind of laid back. I think we're not going to attempt um, a BVA Wings program rating today because the next one before us is their IFR number 11, and it's a bear. Um, oh, Mr. Marathon, that's hilarious. And welcome on in. Good to see you. Uh, we'll take a look at the BVA training materials for IFR 11, and then we'll fumble around some more in Navigraph because I'm getting better at it and got a huge leg up, if you will, or hoof up. We'll uh, that and then once we got a flight plan together, then I think we'll actually fly the flight. It's not going to be one of those Peter Mooney non-flying flight sim streams. We really will fly the airplane today. We might even get started earlier than usual because it's just a preparation, dress rehearsal, dry run. It's the dry run, milk run. Um, we might get underway a little sooner than usual. Um, let's just take a quick look at the. Oh, well, let me get it where I can see it before I try to get it where you can see it. Oh, yeah, I thought I had it open, but I didn't. So let me just get to the. Okay, that's good enough to do this part, and I hope that is still. No, not really. That's what I was afraid of. So bear with me a moment while I resize this window to something that everybody can see. That should help. Oh, yep, almost. That will almost do. Let's see. That get us to where, yeah. Okay, I think that's good enough. Well, not really. Why is that still? Bear with me. Another one of those situations that's going to. Oh, now why is it? Ay, ay, ay. Wait, did I do that? I did that. So then I think if I do this, I think what I got to do is do this, this, and then this, and this, and then I can do not that. It does that to me every time. We've got a resubscription. Passenger in Command. Welcome on in. Delighted to see you every time you come through the door, and thank you so much for resubscribing. I appreciate that a great deal. And Kilo Zebra is here as well. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Um, Last time Passenger in Command was here and his welcome sound played, I couldn't remember whose welcome sound it was. And now you are not wondering why I couldn't remember whose welcome sound that was. No, it's just the thing I came across. It's the in case the lyric is not quite eminently catchable. The lyric is the lunatics have taken over the asylum, which just reminded me of Passenger in Command. See how they're sort of metaphorically related there, if you will. Perhaps anyway, but at least it didn't take me by surprise today. All right. Yeah, when the new computer gets here, I'm not going to have to figure out resizing these windows every time to get them to snap into position. But for our purposes today, oh no, see I didn't know. I didn't notice it was going all the way off. I knew it was. I knew that was too wide, and yet I couldn't help myself. Um, Oh, you know what? I bet if I do, let's see, this, and then this, and then this. Oh, or you know what? Better still. Sorry again for the delay. This shouldn't take uh, the entire stream, and hopefully it won't take a lot more of it. But here we go. There, then that might be roughly the correct proportions so that when I do this, it comes to yes. At long last, at the end of a long digression, Oh, Pezzy, hi. Welcome on in. Good to see you. So what I was about, the sentence I was in the middle of when last I was speaking coherently, was that we were going to take a look at. So this is I'm sure I think everybody who's here knows this is Boston Virtual, ARTCC, their website, and then the Wings over New England program that we're participating in, and it's 30 challenge flights. The first 6 are VFR. Then there are 24 IFR flights. We've done the first 10 of those, and the one we are now facing next is IFR number 11. So this is from New Bedford to, well, initially, it starts out as a planned flight from New Bedford to Plymouth, a little, Plymouth, Massachusetts, like where the Rock is. um, but then the scenario for the flight is when we get to Plymouth, I will be doing my first ever missed approach. Uh, that'll be exciting and hopefully not fatal for anyone. And then after going missed, it says you enter the hold, and while in the hold, you negotiate with ATC to divert to Portland, Maine. When we get the flight plan in, you'll see it's a really interesting route that makes, as far as I can tell, no sense at all. Finbar, hi, welcome on in. Good to see you. So the standards, we'll take a quick look at the standards and then maybe glance at a few things here, and then we'll just go ahead and start building the flight plan. But so we'll depart New Bedford, and then navigate efficiently to Providence. That's that will become clear when we do the flight plan. But when you're at New Bedford, Plymouth is 17 nautical miles to the northeast. But the approach we're going to fly into Plymouth starts at the Providence VOR, which is like 30 miles west of New Bedford. So it's like this long, it would be like a long sort of dog leg, except that you can't approach for if the Providence VOR is your initial approach fix for the ILS 6 into Plymouth, there's a set of radials that you can't arrive at Providence between. So we actually, not only are we going to fly 30 miles due west to Providence and then double back, we actually first we have to go south and then west so that we can approach Providence from the south rather than approaching it from the east. It's all very, very convoluted. Oh, Mr. Marathon, which airport is your VATSIM home field? Wait, Dwayne Johnson lived in NASA. I'm sorry, Kilo Zebra. Now I don't remember what I said. That I'm sure that must have been very funny for everyone but me. But now I don't remember what I said about. It's where the Rock is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, soundtrack. Thank you for keeping me keeping me on board. But although what your comment reminded me of was, well, like my all-time favorite knock knock joke. Knock knock. Knock knock. Okay, well, if nobody types who's there, I can certainly keep it to myself. Uh, ah, who's there? Dwayne. Dwayne the bathtub. I'm drowning. I I think that was within only a few months of my first words as a toddler. I think when I think it was that was the first joke I ever learned at age 3 and told it incessantly. for a very long time. So what were we getting him back on track yet again? So we're going to depart New Bedford and navigate efficiently to Providence, the most inefficient way to get to our destination. Then from the Providence VOR, we're going to fly the ILS runway 6 approach into Plymouth. And yeah, it spells it right out here that we do all this without arriving at the Providence VOR between these two radials, because it would make too steep a turn to double back on this silly route we're doing. So then when we get to Plymouth, we'll do the missed approach, and then we will talk to ATC to get clearance to our alternate, which, if Plymouth was where you wanted to go, there are plenty of other alternates in the area. The weather must be really bad, though, and it must have gotten bad enough that we can't just go back home 17 miles to the south to New Bedford, because instead we're going to divert to Providence, Rhode Island, which is like an hour's flight to the north. So I don't get the route at all, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to make sense. I just need to fly it the way they want to see it flown to demonstrate that I've gained whatever skills it is that I'm supposed to have gained in figuring out how to do this flight, which clearly includes going missed, entering a hold, holding, getting a clearance to an alternate. I haven't done any of those things before, so that'll all be new to me. As always with the BVA flights, they give us plenty of yes. Oh, Kilo, thank you for the link to that ad. I adore that ad. I sometimes, if I can't sleep at night, I will go watch that ad and laugh my head off until I'm so tired that then I go back to uh, then I can go back to sleep. So let's see. The first thing they point out to us here is, oh, well, obviously that we don't have to do a procedure turn at. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing I was talking about. So this is New Bedford that we're leaving from, and then our destination is right over here. So to fly directly to the Providence VOR, and then make that right turn to head for Plymouth. It's too sharp a turn. I think they don't give you any turn in a situation like this. I think they don't give you any turn that is less than 90 degrees. So the thing to do is to, instead of flying the 292 heading direct to Providence, is to come out here somewhere. So it's this Victor 139, and I'm pretty sure this this radial down here, the 165, where we can't arrive. Is that right? Radials. Yeah. Oh, it's right. So it's actually just, so it's the kind of pi wedge formed by Victor 139 and Victor 146. Your arrival to Providence has to be somewhere over here south of Victor 146. So what I decided would be reasonably efficient. And I don't know if it's not one of the things they suggest. They suggest going to Martha's Vineyard, which is way out of the way, but does let you come in on this Victor Airway to Providence. But because we're doing this slant golf, I don't think we have to really worry about Victor Airways. So I'm going to try filing it. Again, even if Boston Center comes on, I don't think we're going to try this live, like an attempt to actually make the rating today. Uh, but when we do that, hopefully on Thursday, I'm going to try filing New Bedford direct to Quonset, this little airport right here, because then from there we can be going almost due north to Providence and make a nice easy turn onto the heading for Plymouth. So anyway, there's that. Then they give us some helpful materials about the missed approach and the hold. They talk about possible hold entries for this hold, and I have lots to read and understand better about hold entries. Uh, that's um, that's one of those things that I still have a lot to learn about. So that's just a brief overview of what the flight is going to be, and then we, I had this route all done and ready to go in Navigraph. So here's the essentially the same thing we were just looking at that I was describing. So my plan is to file New Bedford direct Quonset, and then from Quonset up to the Providence VOR, where we would pick up the thing. Let's see. Oh, hey, Iowa Scotsman, welcome on in. Good to see you. Did I miss saying hi to anybody else? I don't think I did. So, hi, Iowa Scotsman, welcome on in. So, it's been about a little over a week ago now that I decided to evaluate Navigraph. It was just using SkyVector. I was just finding I was. It just seemed like I had to have 7 different resources open and flip back and forth between them to get everything I wanted for making my flight plan, and so I decided to give Navigraph their $9 or €9, whatever it is, for a month, just to evaluate and see if I thought it might be a better solution than SkyVector plus 7 other websites or tabs in the browser. Uh, and I'm in only I've spent about 10 days or so. I've been fiddling around with it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it. I'm pretty sure that when the month is up, I will convert to their annual thing, which is a much better deal. Um, and that said, I also, along with that, I'm oh, hey, Sonic the Revenge, hi, welcome in. Um, I also I would probably not have arrived at that decision, or at least not as quickly, were it not for our friend Mustafa, because I was having a great deal of trouble. Um, they're like, for example, these icons right here when you're looking at your chart. Um, Take that out of the way. Uh, so these icons over here, I have no problem because they're clearly labeled and they make sense to me what they would be about. Um, but this stack of icons here is a perfect example of what I have found sort of all over Navigraph, which is, made up icons, which is fine. There's not standard looking icons for everything, and or maybe even for most things in aviation. So I get that they needed to make up icons. The problem I have here is um, back in 1995, so what, 27 years ago, um, a new operating system was introduced for the PC called Windows 95. And one of the big innovations 27 years ago in Windows 95 is this thing called Hover Help. And what that does, I imagine you're familiar with it from virtually every Windows based application you've ever used in any setting or any version of Windows. It would appear that the only people on the planet who are unfamiliar with the concept of hover help are the developers of Navigraph, because there isn't any anywhere in this application, and that's so. As I have learned where things are and figured out what these cryptic icons represent, and started to get a bit of facility with being able to move from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next in the order I want them in Navigraph, uh, that is becoming gradually less and less of an issue. But but for somebody who was a brand new noob to Navigraph and had no idea what features it offered, let alone how to get to them, this, and then if you want to edit it, yeah, then you can get even more, uh, even more unlabeled, in many cases seemingly visually unrelated to what they're supposed to represent. Um, and then uh, okay, that's enough of the rant. I could go into detail, but but there's not really much need to do so. Although I guess I will say that one thing that took me about 3 days to figure out, and mind you, this is going to YouTube and looking at lots of people's videos about the new Charts 8. Most of them about 4 months old when it came out. Um, but Kilo Zebra, thank you. I take that as a huge compliment. Um, I did eventually figure out that whatever these 6 features are up here, you can turn them on and off. So, for example, that apparently is supposed to represent a building, like a skyscraper in a city. So, by clicking that, you can add or subtract, just like on a VFR chart, where the built up areas are. Okay, so that one was pretty simple to figure out. And the same with these other 5. I mean, eventually I figured out one of these is airways or airspaces. Which one is the airways? No. Oh, that one does. Oh, okay. That's waypoints. So that one has the airwaves. What it took me even longer to figure out is that these are actually uh, like a top level menu, and they have sub menus. Uh, so like for uh, oh, it's the Duke of Adam, Adam the Duke. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Um, so for example, for airways, is that a good one to use for an example? This orange button down here that looks like. So I thought, well, why do charts have audio? Because this is obviously the icon for an audio mixer, with sliders on it. No, this turns all of those orange. Well, what on earth could that possibly mean? This, like I said, this was about 3 days just working through these little 2 columns and what they found. So, what turning them orange with the audio adjustment feature does is now when I click on this navigation icon, instead of it just turning the feature on or off, it actually reveals that there is a sub menu of choices, and for each sub menu choice, I can choose to have that item switched on and off when I get back out here and turn off the orange mode. And I'm now just using this as a toggle switch to turn the feature on or off. So I'm done now. I'm down off my soapbox. Navigraph really should do better in terms of their user interface. It's just cryptic as it possibly can be. Um, and so so I like I said, even with all that, by the end of the month I paid for, I was feeling pretty sure I would probably go ahead and convert this, because it really does put like everything that I want in one place. As I learn to be able to get back and forth from one thing to the other quickly, I think it's going to be really great. But a few nights ago, I discovered a video on YouTube that I had completely missed and that I wish I had found on my first search of YouTube for Charts 8. And that's one that Mustafa did about 4 months ago when Charts 8 first came out. And his, instead of being like a 5-minute first look, or, the rest of them, they covered this and that, but the longest of them were about 10 minutes or so. And, they were just, not all that informative. Oh, they do an annual survey? Excellent. Excellent. I was thinking of a little love note when I convert my monthly to annual, just to let them know that it almost didn't happen and these are the reasons. But hi, Cold Nemo. Welcome on in. Oh, hi, Scotty. Great to have you here. Welcome on in. you just missed, or maybe you were here and didn't type anything until after I was done. I hope you didn't miss my exceptionally verbose and unfortunately long-winded rant about Navigraph for newcomers. But there it is. Great having you here. Cold Nebo, great having you here. And Scotty, great to see you as well. And KW for life, welcome on in. We're just about to put a flight plan into, okay, yes, you definitely should. Oh my gosh, wait, what? Somebody's resubscribing. It's Cold Nebo. It's Cold Nebo. Thank you so much. Really, very, very much appreciate the resub. That's great. I would borrow a phrase from 757 Spy and say you're the jet fuel in my flight plan, but gosh darn it, flight plans don't have jet fuel in them, so I can't sanction that. But hey, disavowed player, hi, welcome on in. Good to have you here. Oh, yeah, it's Kev. I already said hi. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. That was KW for life. Oh my gosh, wait, where's Kevo's NG? We don't. We're -1 for a what's that word? Not a proxy. What is it when you have enough a quorum? Somebody get Kevo's NG in here because we're one Kevin shy of a quorum. Okay, Moose. That's what I was talking about. So I discovered 3 or 4 nights ago. I discovered that Moose had done this video, and it is a walkthrough of Charts 8, but it's like a 90-minute walkthrough, and he actually goes into not only like displays maybe not every nook and cranny feature of Charts 8, but he does it from the point of view of a flight simmer and a flight sim streamer, and so like every app feature that he goes into, he relates to how you would use that in terms of your flight. So, well, flight plans include how much fuel you're going to load. Yes, I don't dispute that at all. However, they are either in that situation, fuel is either a few marks of ink on a piece of paper or a few black bits on a field of white bits. So, I'm just saying, I could say, oh, it's so good to see you. You're the few drops of ink on my paper. That's all. I should have kept that to myself. I have been keeping that thought to myself for a year and a half, and I could have gone another year and a half without saying it because I adore Dave and love watching his streams. And there's just that one little thing that every time I hear it, I kind of go like, yeah, not really. Because jet fuel, if it was a paper flight plan, jet fuel would just immediately saturate the paper and it would make your flight plan unusable. And if jet fuel in your electronic flight plan would no doubt short circuit whatever electronic device you're using for your flight plan. So, oh, can I look at? Oh, yeah, I should have prepared a link. Actually, if you found it, links are allowed in the chat here. If you wouldn't mind, Shadow Wolf, since you've done the legwork for me, if it's convenient for you to paste that link in the chat, that would be great because others might want it as well. Great, thank you so much. I highly recommend that video if you want a solid, thorough walkthrough of Navigraph Charts 8. Moose does it for you right there. KOQU has a problem. Okay, lay it on me, Gold Nebo. I don't know if you were here earlier. I was saying that my plan was to file KOQU direct and then the rest of the route, and then let them give me a full route if you are or aren't. Well, I'm filing slant Gaul, and yes, PVD is the IAF to PYM. and other TLAs. Uh, yes, OPVD absolutely must be included. Which brings us to what I was about to mention about Navigraph. The thing I learned earlier today about Navigraph Charts 8 is so as I was saying at the top, this route when I get it entered in here, what you're looking at. So sorry, just for orientation purposes, what you're now looking at on my screen. Oh my gosh! Hey, Pineapple Wizard, welcome on in. Good to see you here, and thank you so much for following. That's really awesome. So what I'm looking at here on my screen is the aftermath of my having flown this route this morning. Um, and in the process, I learned something about Charts 8. So this route, which we're about to restore it to what it looked like before I flew it this morning, and so the route that I flew this morning was from New Bedford to the Providence VOR via the Quonset as a waypoint. And then the ILS runway 6 into Plymouth, which is up here, and then the protocols for the VFR, sorry, the IFR number 11 flight are that when you get to Plymouth, you go mist, and then the mist procedure takes you out this way. I think it's on a 110 bearing, and then you go to Fredo, and there's a hold at Fredo. And then while you're in the hold at Fredo, you negotiate a clearance to your alternate, which for some reason is a very long way away up here in Portland, not Portland, Oregon. It's not quite that far, but Portland, Maine. So what I learned the hard way in Navigraph Charts 8 today was that my saved flight plan, which was only the portion to Plymouth. What I didn't realize as I put in the new route to get me up here was that I was actually editing the saved flight plan. So I went back to kind of to start over for the stream and discovered I don't have a start over because what I actually did was change the original flight plan. So that's where we are there. So now I'm going to, I guess, just take out those steps. Kay, thanks. Hi, Kay, thanks. Bye. Welcome on in. It's so good to see you. Um, so at this point, like I know I could go in and just like delete individual items. Um, but I think that the simplest thing might be just to start over, and so that would give anybody else who's a Navigraph noob or considering Navigraph, like I was until 10 days ago, uh, a chance to look at the process. And there's so that's I think that's just going to be the easier thing to do if I just go back here to flights, and then this, like I said, I did have it saved as Wings IFR number 11, but if I unload it, that will remove it from the chart and take me to this flights list with an edit button. So from there, I can choose edit, pick this route, which is now messed up with all that other stuff, select it, and then hit delete, and it's still there. So I had also put, wait, huh, what? Shot who? Hang on. Well, for some reason, when does it say I did this? It says I did that earlier today. Okay. Well, we don't have to build it from scratch then. Oh, wait, I didn't load it. Flights. Gotta pick that one. Okay. And then that puts it on our screen. So this is the initial part of the flight and what it looks like. Um, just occurred to me I should probably um, go in here because that's less noise for y'all to listen to without the exterior. And oh, that's right, we haven't started up yet. I was worried about how much fuel we were. Uh, running through, and I guess it doesn't matter what I'm looking at other than the noise there if we're all looking at this together. Sorry if this is, well, sorry that this is as scattered as it is so far today. But so here's our basic plan is to depart New Bedford on an IFR flight plan that's direct direct Quonset, then the Providence VOR to Plymouth. And so, yeah, once again, if you're going to fly the ILS into the ILS runway 6 into Plymouth, the plate says that you cannot approach Providence from anywhere between Victor 139 and Victor 146. It actually gives them in terms of radials, but that's what it's talking about. So I have to approach Providence from somewhere south and west of Victor 146. And I didn't even notice this. Oh, Tiverton Tower looks like it's just maybe like a visual waypoint or something. So I was about to say, it didn't occur to me that might actually make for a slightly shorter flight if we did direct to that, but never mind. This is I think as short as we can get it. And there, Cold Nebo, there may be some reason that there's a problem with that. So that's because the training materials uh, from the Boston VATSIM group do suggest flying south. There's something about flying. They didn't say to go all the way to Martha's Vineyard and then take Victor 405, but it talked about something toward Martha's Vineyard and then picking up 405 and then whatever the number is of this one. Oh yeah, I think yeah. See it. So it actually, so Victor 405 hangs a right at Falmouth or Falma. Victor 405 hangs a right there, comes up to Providence, and then continues, well, with the proper zoom, continues to the northwest from up here. So that just looked like an awfully long, and again, all of this is for a flight from here to here. Um, so to take that really quite short flight from there and turn it into this, you know, the first test standard is navigates efficiently. But so, to my eye, this is bad enough. But to take it from here down to here, over to here, then up to here, I just, which again we may have to do if I file this flight plan and call up for clearance, they may say I have a full route for you, advise ready to copy. So I'll have extra paper on Thursday when we do that. So that's the plan up to this point. But then what we don't have is, and we probably wouldn't be adding the ILS runway 6 approach at this point were it not a test flight, a challenge flight, in which we already know what approach we're going to be doing. But hi, Spundot. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. Uh, we're just getting a flight plan put together, and then we're going to do a dry run of the wings, the BVA wings IFR number 11 flight. Because there's nobody on center, and even if there were, I don't think I'm ready to try this until we have a dress rehearsal. I've had one walkthrough or table read, as I think they say in Hollywood, and so definitely dress rehearsal in order before we try this. So I can go ahead and add the approach since we know we're going to fly it. And so here's one of the other, in terms of everything being in one place where you need it. If I go back to my flight, it's got my origin and destination here. At the destination of Plymouth. And it's so you can pull up weather. You can pull up the METAR or ATIS for any airport that has one. And if there's not one, like when we went to Saratoga Springs the other day, there's no there in real life. There's an AWAS on the field, but there's not. It doesn't have a METAR, let alone an ATIS. Oh, hi, Sappy TV. Welcome on in, and thank you for following. Good to have you here. Um, So the Saratoga Springs is an example. There's an AWAS on the field, and so presumably a phone number you could call, or if you're at the field, a frequency you could tune in to get the automated observations. But it's not available as a METAR, hence not available to any of the software apps that allow you to call up a METAR. But then what Navigraph? So what I did manually that flight, one or two flights ago, when that included Saratoga Springs, was I just looked at the chart and saw what was nearby, which was Albany was pretty close, but even closer was Schenectady, and so I had an excuse to say Schenectady several times. Um, but so I was able to, pull up the METAR for Schenectady and the ATIS for Albany and look at those. And in Navigraph, it's all kind of built in. So like for New Bedford here, well, so I'll pull that up in a moment to look at it. But even without going into the actual like to look at the METAR, uh, when you at the words are harder today than usual, but when you first start setting up your flight plan by entering your departure and arrival, um, you get it. I'm not sure why it defaulted to these runways, but you get wind information here. So what the green and red are telling us, and the directional arrows, it's telling us if we use runway 14, we're going to have a 10 knot crosswind from right to left, and we're also going to have a 2 knot headwind. So, headwind good. Down here, if we use 2-4, we're going to have a 10 knot tailwind. So there's green, and then there's kind of orange if it's in the middle, and then there's red if it's probably beyond the demonstrated capability of your aircraft. Uh, but so we can there's this is not an icon for a telescope or observatory. This, believe it or not, is a pen poised over paper. So this unlabeled, unhover helped icon is edit. Uh, I think they could have just fit the word edit into that box myself, but okay. So here are our four runways and displayed in sort of the same format. So if I want to avoid a tailwind, it's going to be either 1-4 or 2-3. 2-1-4 has a pretty big crosswind component, and 2-3 has a pretty big headwind component. So we're gonna switch from where it defaulted us to 1-4. We're gonna use 2-3 instead. If there were departures available, that would be right here. There aren't. But for the airport, if I well, let me go back. Oh, I don't know how to go back. Is it here? No, if I go back, no, I think I have to hide this and then go back into flights again. Yep, okay. At any rate, there's a few things that are either clunky in the design or I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. But once we get back here, so that's an edit button. If I wanted to change our departure field, I could do that with the edit, but it's this little kind of wavy, is it a wavy flag or is it three of the monoliths from Stonehenge? I don't know. But what happens when you click it anywhere you see it, and it appears a lot, that's apparently a chart. Uh, so, uh, well, it's not, I mean, it's not, it's, yeah, so at any rate, it's in this case, because because it was as part of an airport, it has opened up the New Bedford airport for us. And so we can get information and charts and procedures for New Bedford. Um, uh, Under information, we've got some sub choices, including weather, and there's our METAR. So it comes up, right within the. Yes, exactly, Kilo Zebra. I noticed that during my table read run through of this flight this morning. But so there's our quick and like I said, quick and easy access to the METAR. And if there were no METAR available for New Bedford, um, but Quonset and obviously Providence has an ATIS. Quonset does have a METAR. I happen to know from past experience. If there were no METAR available for New Bedford, instead of just leaving this blank, it would actually say nearby weather down here and show me some choices for that. So that's, but you can get the METAR and the TAF for any airport. You can get that same list of runways that we had. There's general info with things like runway length and uh, magnetic variation. There's the real world comms frequencies, any NOTAMs appear, so that's all convenient. And then under charts, uh, there's wait, there's a star? That seems unusual for an airport this small, but okay, that's well. So at any rate, there's approaches into New Bedford. Taxi is where you can get your like the airport diagram. So that's cool. And because it's all uh, because I've loaded their SimLink software, it's talking to the flight sim now and giving me the little pink arrow to show me where I am on the field. And right, and then there are no SIDS for New Bedford, but procedures would be listed here if we had them. So at any rate, that's kind of the overview for these flights. So for our departure, that's all we're going to do. For Plymouth, where we're planning to end up, even though we know from the course materials we're going to go missed and end up somewhere else, but we still need to plan the flight for the way we normally would. So runway 24 we know is different. We know that we're, even though the winds, well, yeah, the winds at the moment are favoring 6, which is the one we were going to use anyway because it's part of the assignment for this IFR number 11 flight. Um, no arrivals available into Plymouth, but there are approaches, so we can go in here. And again, so when you go to your approach list, it actually they graphically show up over here. And if you want to see what one of them looks like, you can. Oh, does it not? Huh. So when I've tried this before, oh, maybe you have to give it a transition first. Let's see. What do we got? So this is the that's RNAV. Let's go ahead and pick the one we're going to do, which is the ILS to. Um, oh, it's the ILS runway 6 with the Providence transition. And I thought, oh, okay, there it is. So it's highlighted on the map there. But if we say add to route, then it pops that right into the chart as well. Um, it's my, I kind of regret having missed that call. I didn't see who it was until just before it hung up. Oh, that was probably, never mind. It was just the reminder call. I have an exterminator coming tomorrow. And that was them calling. Uh, and so just as I missed the call, I thought, oh, maybe they want to come early, like now. But then I remembered I asked them to give me a reminder call. So I think we need a soundtrack. We may need an exclamation point squirrel in the chat. I could be wrong, but it's possible. Be on guard. Hey, Stug, welcome on in. Good to see you. Uh, and was it that loud? You could hear that? I may have to do something else. Um, so let's see. Right. So we picked our approach and it added it to the chart here, and we can zoom it in if we like. So another thing that I like a lot about this, as as I've been adding each element to the route, like the origin and the destination, and then the procedure, with each thing that I add, it pins a copy of any associated charts to this little pin board across the bottom for quick and easy access. And so, for example, if I want to go back to the New Bedford taxi diagram, it's pinned down here, and I can just click on it and it jumps me right back to the same view that I had of it before. Um, but if I don't, there's another option that I also like a lot, particularly like for the approach chart. But just to demonstrate the difference, so here's the New Bedford taxi diagram. If I go to instead of clicking on the chart itself, I click on this little, I don't know, looks like a bank logo to me, but it's not. It's it's apparently one pay piece of something superimposed over another. So if I click on that, it actually overlays the same taxi diagram, but overlays it on the chart itself. I mean, on the on the world map essentially, that we're looking at here. Um, so that, like I said, it's a cool feature, not necessarily all that helpful for the taxi diagram, but when it comes to the approach, I really like the way that the approach chart gets overlaid onto the map, so that you can see the whole route, uh, but with the chart overlaid as well. To me, this is visually very helpful, and so that's the state of that. Would you look at the state of that? Klaxon simulator, probably. Oh yeah, it was. Yes, it was on vibrate. Klaxon simulator. That's hilarious. Um, okay, so where are we? I think that's uh, where we are with that. Um, so let's leave that aside for a moment and go back to the airplane, because oh my gosh, he's been talking for an hour and hasn't started the airplane. So let's get the airplane cranked up and get ourselves underway and see if we can't do this flight. Oh dear Lord, Boston Center has just come on. Oh gosh, it's the same person who was on for several hours this morning, so I don't know if they're what the rest of their day looks like. But actually, let me take a quick look in Discord, because often anytime Boston Center is opened, an automated thing post goes to their Discord, and that's all it is today. But when a controller opens Boston Center, they apparently have an optional field they can fill in, called something like "I plan to be on until," because sometimes the auto posted things in the Boston VATSIM Discord, sometimes they always say Boston Center is now open, here's who's controlling. But sometimes they also say Boston Center's open, here's who's controlling. Coverage is expected until, and it gives you the time in Zulu for when they're planning to be there. So that's exceptionally helpful. But I guess the person doesn't always have a plan or doesn't want to say what their plan is. At any rate, here we are in the airplane. Let's get it started up. So I did not do any of the things I usually do beforehand, like uh, this looks fine. We're it's not that. You know what? Actually, since we may be flying this all the way to oops, hello, all the way up to Portland, we'll go ahead and fill the tanks. Just better safe than sorry. So this is weather is fine. Yeah, we already put the GTN in the panel. That's good. So controls, free and correct. Let's see. We got elevator. We got aileron. We got rudder. That's all looking good to me. Uh, Trim set for takeoff. Couple bumps up from where the default is. That's fine. Uh, Flaps up. Yep, I just saw that indicated. Speed brakes retracted. Yeah. So our friend is still there. Hi. Um, Tim Caesar, is that you? No, that's not it. That's not a proper donut. Of course, that's not you. For goodness sake. Hey, Club Teak. Hi. Um, oh, good and dandy, and absolutely, the week has been somewhat well, for being only Monday, I would say my week at least has been as kind as it could be expected to. I actually got really good news last night. So yesterday, the guy doing my taxes called with really bad news that I was going to owe substantially more than I had any clue how I could possibly come up with. And then last night, he called back. Said, like, I felt so bad after we talked. I like went back and looked through everything, and I realized there was one thing I hadn't even thought of trying, and I tried that, and so I'm still going to owe, but now I owe a very very small amount to the to federal and an even smaller amount to the state, and it's so that was really good news, and something that I'm computer has not come in yet, Spundot, and again it's uh, I think the earliest date that I'm supposed to expect it is, oh, wait, was it April 7th? And is that today? No, today's the 4th? Yeah, today's the 4th. So yeah, I think like Friday was the early it was a range though of business days. So I think anywhere between this Friday and the following Friday is when I'm, was told to expect it, and who knows whether they'll meet that expectation or exceed it, perhaps, or not meet it. We shall see. Give me one sec. But yeah, so thanks for asking, Club T. So far, so good for my week. I hope everybody else's week is going well. Oh, Spundot, thank you so much. I was really being, kind of worn down by the impatience. So to be able to just hand it off to you and let you take care of it, that's chef's kiss. Thanks. Um, where were we? We were at confirming that yes, soundtrack indeed. And the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Um, hey, Sappy. Um, it's changed over time at the moment, and for a good while now. My favorite GA airplane is this one. It's the well, better to look at it outside from here. It's the Mooney Ovation M20R by Carinado. And Carinado planes vary in level of detail, and you know, I don't if there's a Carinado plane that could be called study level, I've never seen it, and they go all the way down to you know barely modeled. But this one for the price is fine, and it's named after me, so I love it a lot. But it's I mean there's a lot of things that I love about it. Um, I just the general layout of the panel I like a lot, and I like the way it flies. Yeah, so I tried to install a sound pack because the sounds are kind of meh. And when the new computer comes in, I'll take another stab at that because it didn't work before. But Bonanza A36 Suit turbocharged. Yeah. I have I yeah, I don't I guess I don't have that one unless it's I can never remember which of the Bonanzas are come with the sim and which are add-ons. I got the VTEL when it came out, and like this one, uh, actually to a much greater extent than this one, that VTEL is, there's precious little to it, and it was only $9, so I can't complain about there being not all that much to it. Uh, so, um, right. Okay. All right. I think I'm caught up the chat there. Let's see. Back to the four-star checklist. Speed brakes retracted. We checked that. Parking brake on. It ought to be, but when I first start up the plane, the Bravo and Alpha aren't necessarily coordinated with the plane, so that's set now. Parking brakes on. Fuel selector ought to be on the right this time of day, so we'll go ahead and put that over here. Next is throttle closed. So, yep, all three of our levers are down. So, throttle closed. Prop forward. Mixture idle cut off. Altimeter set. I'm going to cheat and use the B key for now because we're not going to be talking to ATC in all likelihood. Let's see. Master off. Alternator off. Avionics off. Oh, you can't see those. They're way over here, but they're all off. Let's see. Switches are off down here. I think they're all off up here. Yep, those are all off. Breakers. Oh, breakers are not modeled by Carinata, so we're not going to check those. Okay, I just need to adjust my list. It's not quite. One edge of it's hanging off the screen. Okay, that'll do. Breakers in, gear down. That's good. So we can move on to engine start. Throttle full forward. Mixture rich. Master on. How have I lost my place? There we go. Master on. Alternator on. Master caution. We can clear that. And then annunciator test. Well, even if I can get it to go from here, I can't see all the lights from here, so I guess we got to go. Well, we could take a shortcut and get there. Well, almost. My views are not happy today. Oh, I was using the wrong button. But there's our annunciators, all lit up like they want to be, so we know they will warn us of any serious situations. Annunciator test. Okay, so then it beacon on. Oh, well, that's up here. There we go. Beacon on. There we go. Beacon on, fuel pump on, throttle back to idle, clear prop, and then we can pick her right up. Oh, roars to life and sets off the static in OBS. I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes if I mute it and bring it back, it comes back without the static. Just like that. Yay. Apropos. Did I say apropos? I guess I did. I don't remember saying it now. Deep breath. But don't ask us. Oh. Huh. Okay. I may ask you many things of you, like take over the anticipation for the new computer coming, but I would never ask ever for anyone to do a full Lotus. I try not to ask of anyone else anything that I don't or won't or can't do myself. So there's that. All right. Where are we now? Oh, we are on to the after start checklist, which really ought to be done immediately after starting, because we were supposed to check things like oil pressure in the green, which it is. Oil temperature is low, but it will rise as things are going. Throttle 800-ish, 790 is 800-ish, let's not split hairs, or could split hairs and ask why our prop lever's not doing anything. There he goes. Oil pressure, volt ammeter, positive charge. We've got amps, we've got volts. So our battery is being charged. That's good news. Next is suction within limits. So our vacuum pressure, we have 4.3 inches of suction, which to many may seem like not much suction, but it is obviously adequate suction because our instrument has become erect. And so then we can go fuel pump off. Uh, engine instruments, they're all looking like we'd expect them to at a low idle. Fuel flow, gallon an hour, about what we would expect under 1,000 RPMs, so that's fine. Avionics master on, and that means we can. Oh, that means we can be reminded that we forgot to manually start the TDS app before we started the simulator, because mine stopped auto starting when the simulator starts, and they can't figure out why. Uh, so another the another item on the burgeoning list of things we're hopeful about when the new computer gets set up. Maybe stuff, whatever broke it, maybe that won't be true. A fresh install of everything. So we shall see. But there's for a few of you know about we. And also, let's see, it was Sappy TV, I think. Oh, so Sappy TV, yes. This is the as now you probably see where it wasn't on the screen when you were uh, when you asked the question, but as you can now no doubt see, yeah, it is the TDS GTN XI 750. But to tack one more sentence, one more carefully parsed, not verbose sentence onto the answer to your question about my favorite plane. Another favorite of mine in the sim is the Just Flight Warrior, and that's mainly because Warrior is what I trained in real life, and so it just kind of that was it in the sim. It just fits like a glove. It feels like coming home and relaxing into my comfy recliner, with my slippers and maybe even a pipe. Uh, but so I love the Warrior a lot, and the TDS GTN XI 750 in the Warrior stopped working. Hello, Planet Neutral. Welcome on in. Glad you and Jerry were able to stop by. Uh, Always a delight to see you. Absolutely. Uh, so I was just saying the TDS 750 stopped working in the Warrior, and they weren't able to figure out why. But I discovered in the course of troubleshooting it with them, I discovered this really wild thing that they thought was really wild too. So the panel here just would not light up at all. But I discovered that if anywhere in the virtual cockpit, if I right clicked and dragged, like this, so you can slide things around, as long as I held that right button down, or when I pressed and continued holding the right button, the load in splash screen for the TDS would appear, and then it would give you the press to continue button. So something was being released by pressing that, and the GTN would start loading. What I discovered with Just Flight's new update to the Warrior yesterday or the day before was another new twist. They've updated the EFB, and so the EFB in the Warrior now has screens that it didn't before, including at least one where you can click for a function and then there's a text box. And if I click to put the cursor focus in that text box, like ready for me to type something, clicking to put the cursor in that text box does the same, whatever the thing is to focus, that this right click and drag thing was doing. Because if I open the FB, click in the box, then the GTN starts up. As long as the cursor stays in that box, I can actually go click on the continue button, and it brings you those two screens after continue that let you go to the next thing. But nothing else you can't move the view. You can't. The only thing that works by clicking on it or doing anything else in the virtual cockpit is the buttons on the TDS, as long as the cursor focus is in that text box in the EFB. So at any rate, there's another 12 minutes of us not getting in the air. Apologize for that, but I don't know. Maybe you just come here to watch an old man ramble and not fly. Uh, Oh dear, Cold Nebo. Yeah, I've had a Y experience like that a time or two. So let's go to our flight plan. So another selling point for me on Navigraph is at the click of a button, I can send the flight plan to the 750 here. So instead of having to re-enter my flight plan, I can just go to menu, catalog. Um, Before having imported it, it would so if it were not listed here, this flight we're doing today, I'd hit menu again, and then that has an import feature where then I point it to the file and it draws it right on in here. But since I already did that earlier today, I can just click on it here and activate it, replace what's currently in there. Yes, and there it is. So there's the same flight plan that we created over here is now already in the GTN for me. So that's quite lovely, and I'm happy with that. So from there, we can put this back on the map, and then then at this point, again, sorry for the static. No, it's still there. Oh. Yeah, that's the question soundtrack. Did I miss it from somebody else? Oh, yes, I did. Thanks. Well, the adding it at me got my attention visually. So happy. I don't know. Is it heavy on performance? I I'm not sure either. At first, I thought it was, but then I've discovered other things that I think when they're it's 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 one player on the team, and I think it may get stuff. I think it may get blamed for stuff that's not actually it so much as sort of your particular constellation of other things that you're running. So it's I'm not the way I have things set up now. I don't think I'm suffering a performance hit from using it, but others may be. But then the price for the old data, I was the first 6, 7, 8 months I was using it. I was delighted and thought it was well worth the price. I didn't really care about at that point the data was only about a year old. Now it's close to 2 years out of date. But and I still probably wouldn't care, except I started doing these challenge flights with the Boston VATSIM group, where I'm no longer picking a fun route to fly. Where if let's say I discover something that's missing in the database on the TDS, I can just say, "Oh, that's fine. We won't go there. We'll go somewhere else." But now that I'm doing these prescribed routes, if the route that I have to fly to pass the test is not in the TDS, I have to go in and create a custom waypoint for it or not use it for flying the test. And so that's been kind of a pain. So like I said, now it's getting close to where it's 2 years out of date. So where even 6 months ago, I would have wholeheartedly and without reservation said, oh, absolutely worth every penny. Run, don't walk to the TDS website and buy this thing for yourself. You're going to love it. 6 months ago would have been my answer. Today, my answer is, if it's another 6 months and I'm using data that's 2.5 years out of date, I may have to, I don't know. I don't know what I do at that point, other than also on my list is put off learning the G1000 and the G3000 and start flying those planes that use this. So I don't know. It's all a mess, and none of this is getting us in the air. I'm so easily distracted, and so sorry for it. Um, right. So where were we checklist wise? Did we get the fuel pump off? I think so. Yeah, fuel pump off. Oh yeah, engine instruments, fuel flow indicators, avionics master trans. Oh yeah, okay. So we did do all that. So checklist wise, we're up to before taxi. Uh, so I think we could do that now. So before taxi, radios checked and set. Um, this is now going to a different spot. This view than oh no, that's right. So I could go ahead and put in because I know I'm not doing anything else on navs. until we do the ILS. I could put that in. Oh, and it's 112. Wait, 112 point. Oh no, 112.7 is Boston. What is the ILS at Plymouth? Oh, is 109.3. Oh, I thought we would have had that in there, but we don't. 109.35. Okay, so we can go ahead and put that in. 109.35. I'm so sorry for the static. Soon, very soon, it's going away. I promise. Um, what has Kilo Zebra done now? Oh, Kilo Zebra. It's yeah. It's I started on time, so it is. You're right, coming right up on 90 minutes. Okay. So that's 10935 is the ILS for there. And, I would have sworn that I had these. Okay, well, never mind. That's fine for now. And so then we would be tuning in Boston Center if we were going to call them, but we're not. We can, we're gonna, I mean, we're not going to connect to VATSIM, so there's no point in doing simulated CTAF calls either. So I'm calling this ready to go on the radios. So transponder mode C. Are we? What are we? Um, why have I just completely forgotten how to? Oh yeah, here it is. Just talk about a brain fart. Suddenly, that was just gone. If we put that on altitude reporting now, it'll do standby and then turn itself on when we get airborne. Transponder. Oh yeah, we could. So we're departing 2-3 here. Is that right? Yes. So we could go ahead and get that bugged up here. Poop. Wait a minute. That's 4-3 over there, and it was actually 2-3. Oh, I could look at that, couldn't I? Yes, it's actually, I mean, not that it's crucial by any means, but it's 2-3-4. So if we had to estimate one way or the other, we could estimate a little bit that way. And in case we want heading mode once we're airborne, I don't know why we would, but can't hurt to have it there waiting for us if we want it. So then that brings us to lights. We could go ahead and do landing and taxi, nav and recognition, and have those on. And then we can check our brakes and start rolling. So, or I guess that would actually be start rolling and check our brakes in practical terms, wouldn't it? Yes, there we go. Alrighty. So, oh, and if I recall, we are going over that way. Yeah, this is Alpha right in front of us, so that's good. So, let's take the parking brake off and give it a little bit of fuel to get rolling. And then we can see if we got differential braking. Yes, it's looking good. Let's get going that direction a little bit before we check. Okay, yep, so differential braking is working. Oopsie. No, we didn't cut anybody off there. Oh my God. My favorite thing about this plane is its ground handling. It's just so smooth. Sorry. Readjust it here. All right. So if we were doing CTAF calls, we would be telling folks we're going down to 2-3 and that we're crossing 1-4-3-2. But we're going to look, and I don't see anybody coming, so we're just going to sneak on across here. Come on. Oh, Plymouth Airport. Yeah, if you want to join in, you're quite welcome to. It's sorry, we're departing New Bedford, which is Kilo Echo Whiskey Bravo, and then the arrival is Plymouth. Howdy barbecue beef. Good to see you. Welcome on in. And soundtrack the ICAO code for Plymouth is Kilo Papa Yankee Mike. And yeah, I don't think I mentioned, but anybody, we're on the North. I'm on the North Europe server, and if anybody cares to fly along, you're more than welcome to. Uh, I don't know if we have anybody else along, and I don't know if my nameplates are on. Okay, my nameplates were off, but they are on now. So we will know if anybody is joining us, or we'll be able to see anybody who joins us. All right, we're almost down to the end of 2-3 here. We could be thinking about our whoops before takeoff checks. We could go ahead and drop in a notch of flaps while we're going here. We already set the trim. This would be a good place if we were going to make CTAF calls to say New Bedford Traffic Warrior, haha, Mooney 8080 Alpha, departing 23 to the west, New Bedford. But since we're not making CTAF calls, we won't say that on the radio, but we will at least take a look, make sure there's nobody coming one way or the other. There's not. So let's see. Strobes on as we enter the runway. Flaps set, trim set, mixture rich, instruments checked and set. They still look good. Switches as required. Yep, the strobes was all that we had left. So I'm deeming us ready to go. Yeah, here we are. And Kilo Zebra, if you're keeping track, that would be 95 minutes. Whew. A little windy here. There's 60 knots, 75. I think we can get up off the ground with that. Yes. Yes, we can. Hey, Dragon, welcome on in. Good to see you. And no more usable runway, so the gear can come up. We got a good rate of climb going. It's trimmed for let go. It seems to be trimmed at about 500 feet a minute. Let's go ahead and turn on course here a bit. And we can get that notch of flaps out. And, oh! Divide my attention here. Here we go. Let's see. That's flaps up, gear up. We'll stay on full power at least to 3,000. In fact, I think we're only going to go to 3,000. When I do this for real, I'll probably file 5,000. But on any of either the airway altitudes or sector altitudes around in here, 3,000 is safe altitude, so we're just not going to bother climbing all that far. So let's think if I go down, oops, got to get over there, and then if I go down here, right, we can, no, that's not the view I wanted, but it'll do. We can get this, we can turn on the flight directors and nav mode for sure. Are we in GPS up here? We are. And then altitude, let's pre-select 3,000, and there we go. That should be good. Why are you climbing so fast? Interesting. Okay. That should lessen the climb rate a little. Why? Oh, I guess maybe you have to engage it over here first. That is so funny. I just noticed it had turned us 90 degrees to the left, of course. Isn't that hilarious? Okay. Briefing schmeefing. Wait a minute. Hang on. Did we brief what? Did we brief it? No, Cold Nebo. We didn't brief it. We elongated. We talked about it for 95 minutes. What do you mean? Did we brief it? Or did you mean did we brief turning 90 degrees off course? Sunjammer. Hey. Oh, Sunjammer. Do you mean a mod? Tim Caesar is a mod in my channel. Absolutely. I wouldn't dream of even having a channel without Sim Caesar as a mod. My goodness. Oh, soundtrack. Thank you so much. I didn't even notice. Thank you so much. Huh. So much for the pre-stream checklist, which I did complete, I promise. Okay, so oh, thank you. So it leveled us out at 3,000. That's really nice because I was busy talking and doing other stuff. And now it has put us back on course, which is also quite nice. Thank you for that. So we are headed toward Quonset at 3,000, and that's where we want to be. And this is going to warn us about an airspace. Yes, thank you. We're aware, well aware. Cover the divert and soundtrack. Oh, for the diversion. Oh, did I not? Well, since I'm about to put it into since they were not part of my flight plan, because I don't know that you put I know you enter your alternate in the flight plan, but you don't actually chart it. At least I can't imagine a case in which I was. Yeah, the engine monitors are working, and since it leveled out, thank you for the reminder that it's time for our cruise checklist. So, yeah, they all work quite nicely. So, yeah, we don't need to be up into the yellow arc here. We can lean a little bit, at least find where the peak is, somewhere around there, and then we can pull these down to, seems like usually cruising around 21 inches and 2100 is usually pretty good. So we'll aim for something in that region. That's probably close enough. What do we get at 21? Usually, depending on the wind, we usually end up burning around 12 an hour. 14 an hour seems a little bit high. Oh, gosh. Cold Nebo! Oh my gosh. Did you say a bad word? There might be a stand in the corner. Okay, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that a great deal. Yeah, so, yeah, all the engine gauges are modeled and work, and including fuel flow. I was like, why are we burning 14? We usually get about 12. So, well, maybe because you didn't lean. Hello? Okay. Okay, good. I think I'm caught up there. I think I'm caught up here. And I think we're not about to kill anybody or be killed by anybody here. B8 swore wondered. Okay. Spundot is flying along. Hey, Spundot. Can't quite make out. Oh my gosh, there's two of you flying together. Somebody's in a C something, and somebody's in a 22. So, it's barbecue beef. I wonder if I I go way up high, so I have a looking down your way attitude. Will that let me see both of you at once? I guess not. No. There we go. SR22 and a 172. Alrighty. Should I slow down a little so y'all can keep up? I know my airplane's wicked fast. So yeah, even leaned out and getting our burn rate down to 12 an hour, we're still making 160 indicated, so that's fairly sweet. How are we doing over the ground? About 160. So we're not facing any kind of dramatic winds in that regard. Is this another airspace warning? It is. Hey, thanks. we're aware. Um, right, and yeah, our track and direct track are the same, so it's not crabbing us to make up for anything in that regard. So yeah, this might be a good time to explain. Wait, what? Several times? What is? Oh, you've had to explain having you. Wait, your ringtone is your ringtone Sim Caesar's Japanese text to speech lady saying ban 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 ban. Oh my gosh, that's that's hilarious. Wow. Um, which reminds me, if you're here and you're not already following Sim Caesar, I can't imagine why not. Oh, look, it's making our turn for us. Maybe we should pay attention. Yeah. So we're still a little over a mile from Providence, but of course it's going to cut that corner. But I bet we get a great view out here. Yeah, there's Providence Airport. In fact, if we'd use this one, we can even take a little bit closer look. This is just, I don't have scenery for Providence, so this is just the default Asobo Providence, but there's that, so that's kind of cool. There's our friends barbecue beef and spandata. I think we have to be a lot closer uh, before the sim will let me see your airplane. I can try flying the drone in your direction to see if that works, but I don't know. Sometimes it does. Sometimes flying the drone your way lets me get close enough that it will suddenly your airplane will appear, but sometimes it doesn't. Hey, look, there's an airport. I forget which one that was from before. Oh, that might be Tiverton. It's too far away to be. Oh, oh, I was so sorry. I completely, uh, Cold Nebo. I'm so sorry. I completely misspoke. Of course, that was not Providence. We were just flying over. That was our first turn, which was overhead Quonset, and I looked three times at what I was while I was saying, or the lovely Providence Airport where Carol Merrill is now standing. I looked three times. I looked at this like that doesn't. Why doesn't that look like Providence? Providence is bigger than it. So that was Quonset, uh, Newport State. No, wait, no, Newport State. It's KOQU is the one that we just flew over. It's got a different name besides Quonset. What is its actual? Its actual name is North Kingstown, Quonset State. But yes, now we should be able to see Providence coming up right off the nose at this point. Oh, or right below us where we're about to turn. So, yeah, that looks a little bit more like, yeah, I guess they're like, well, yeah, it's got crossing runways. Providence has crossing runways. So why does it look so small? That's what she said. Uh, so there we go. Oh yeah, now I remember also in the sim, Providence is one of those washed out lily white runways, except for like some of the taxiway structure is not as badly washed out. One of those weird things in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So now we are, well, I guess we're still making our right turn, uh, departing Providence and heading east toward Plymouth. So what that means, among other things, is that we are heading in the direction of our approach. I mean, so Providence is the initial approach fix. So I suppose if we were talking to ATC, by now they would probably already, we would have already at least gotten the instruction about which approach to expect, but they may well have already given us. I don't know that they would clear us for it this far out, but in any case, it's certainly time to go in here and add it. So we're going to Plymouth, Oh, no, didn't need to click that because it was already there, but our approach, we're going to do the ILS 6. We're not going to be vectored onto the approach. We're going to take it from Providence, and we can load it. But I think it's early to activate it. For some reason, I think that if I activate it now, okay, let's check. So Providence to Bovki, I-80, and then runway 6. So that's definitely what we want. Oh my goodness, we are getting a raid. Hey, Seuss15, thank you for the raid. Thank you, Raiders, for coming on in. Great to have you here. Absolutely a delight. Oh, Vex Freeze is here. Join the Ferrari fan. Jolin. Jolin the Ferrari. Jolin or Jolene? Jolin the Ferrari fan. Welcome on in. Is there anyone who's not a fan of Ferraris? I know that's silly, of course. There must be. Why are we not? Hang on. Give me 1 sec. I will turn my attention back to chat in just a moment, but for some reason, I kind of have the feeling that we are. Oh, you know what? It's not too early to activate this approach because, let's see. I think, yeah, if I just go back to the, because we are now on a direct, because I haven't activated the approach, we're on a direct to the field, which is not where we need to be going. So if I do a direct to, and that first fix is Bovki, if we do a direct there, that should turn us right and put us back on. Bovki is where we make the turn. Bovki is where we intercept the localizer, so that ought to be good enough to get us heading back where we want to go. Yes, that looks like it's going to do what we were expecting it to do all along. So, let me just get back out here. Quick look around here to make sure things are as we expect them. They seem to be. Alrighty. We have a new follower. Hey, Creepy Kirk. Welcome to you. So again, welcome, Raiders. Sorry I was a little distracted when you got here. Hey, Dryson is here. I was watching part of one of your streams. Was that earlier today or was it last night? Now I don't even know. But Firebird, hi. Welcome on in. Jesus, again, thanks for the raid. Oh my gosh. Oh, Fearless Gaming US, hey, welcome on in, and thank you for following. Beethoven is here, welcome, good to see you, Beethoven. Hope things are well over there where you are. And gosh, I feel like I probably missed, what a tremendous bunch of people that Jesus has gathered around him. Oh, oh, Beethoven, that's so kind of you. I'm glad I scrolled back because I would hate to have missed that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. And so yep, there's that and that. I saw that. Oh, Jesus, completely understand raiding and running. By the time I get to the end of the stream and it's time to raid somebody, I definitely need to decompress for a moment or two. So, how far have we got to Bovki? Let's see what it says about that. Oh, and I can't read it from here between the sun and the. There we go. Okay, 10 miles to Bovki, which is where we intercept the localizer, and from Bovki, we've got. Let me see. If I go over here. Is that the, no, that's not really what I wanted. I wanted to do that with the cool overlay thing. So that's better for that. Okay, and then if we pull that up to where you can see it, let me make sure that appears on the, yes, it looks like all of that's working. So again, because I failed to activate the approach at or near the initial approach fix here, the GPS just, the next leg in the GPS after Providence was our destination. So it turned us and flew us essentially along Victor 139 here. And then by the time I realized what my mistake and told it to take us direct to Bovkey. So that's why we are north of where we should be on the approach here. Uh, so I think when we get to here, I will definitely be switching over to the CDI. I mean, yeah, switching it from GPS over to VLOC, and putting it in approach mode, and we'll see what we get uh, from there. So that's the plan. So then, as part of this, so we're doing, for those of you who just came in, we're doing the Boston VATSIM Group's Wings Over New England Challenge Flight Program. This is just a practice run. That's why there's nobody on the radio, and why I'm not way more freaked out than I am right now. But so the parameters for this IFR 11 flight is that is the ILS 6 to Plymouth, go missed, and then in the hold that's part of the missed procedure, then call up ATC and negotiate a clearance to our alternate. So that's the plan that we are in the middle of working at the moment. So one more glance out here just to make sure we're not about to kill anybody or be killed, and it looks like we're probably not. This is not a person whose name is familiar to me, but that's fine. And anybody who wants to fly along is welcome. We're on the North Europe server and approaching Plymouth. But from Plymouth, we're going. The alternate is a long flight up the coast to not Newport, to Portland, Maine. So we got quite a long ways to go there. Okay. So I'm probably not going to look much at chat from here, at least until we do the mist, because I still don't really know how to work this autopilot and GPS together to get it to fly an ILS for me. And Lord knows, none of us wants to see me try to hand fly an ILS, although that's coming, sadly. But, right, so 0.7 away. Let's go ahead. And yep, it's even starting the left turn. So let's, I think if we flip this over now to there, and it's on the right frequency, so it should pick that up. There's another thing I need to do. Oh, right, approach mode on here. So the CDI is showing us below the course. That's good. It looks like it did the turn the way we want it to. And let's see, Bovkey at 3,000. We can be down to 1,700 at Aidi. I try not to be so Aidi, but okay. So what do we got going there? We've got that. Oh, and we don't want that. And boy, is that sun bright on the attitude indicator. It's kind of, can't really see what the flight director is telling me there, but we need to be heading on down. So let's see if let's see if we, oh, can I put 1,700 in here and take it from there? Let's see. Boop. Well, it's doing something. And we're going to have to get down there a lot quicker than this. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, but now it's not saying capture. Well, it was going to capture it before. Holy heck. That's not what we wanted. Hang on. Autopilot, flight directors, approach mode. Am I about to kill us? Look away if this is too painful. Okay, well. Oh. I don't know why that would be like that. That's... Okay, hang on a minute. No. I keep doing, so I keep setting the vertical speed down, and then when I hit engage, no, I don't have a down arrow. Okay, we're not going to worry with that. We're going to, we are incredibly high. We're going to start fixing that. So, oh, right. Incredibly high because my focus was not where it needed to be when it needed to be there. But we already know we're going missed. We didn't have a reason for going missed, but clearly that reason is now because we were just way too high to make the approach. So we will head on down to, if we were in bad weather, minimums are 600, or 600 is is it a decision height here, or is it a missed? Yeah, well, I don't remember now which one it is. Oh, it's an ILS, so it's an MDA, a minimum decision altitude. But that's, at any rate, that's, well, it's a I hi, welcome on in. Um, if we were trying to land, I'm sure that I would like try to recover this, and slipping would certainly be an option. But we're doing a challenge flight that the assignment actually here is to go missed, and so fly the missed approach, and then and we're well under 600 feet. So sorry, full power, gear up, flaps up, and then this is outbound 100, climb to 2000. So 100 is going to be over this way a bit. We do not need to be climbing that fast. Okay. So, if I can hold it steady there long enough to get a view of this thing, activate the missed approach. Yes, let's do that. And for that, we're going to want these things on. Okay, let's see what that gets us. Also, for anybody who just came in, sorry about the static that pops up every now and then. It usually doesn't persist for too long. Sometimes if I mute it and then turn the sound back on, that gets rid of it again. My apologies. Something we're working on and hope to have resolved in at most a couple weeks here. More than 3 degrees. Not sure what. Let's see. What are we? Hang on. Is this? Oh, no, it's not. Autopilot. I think we need to be here. Is that what I was missing there? I think so. Oh, and we have already gone right through our. Oh, come on. The sun in my eyes is killing me. Okay. Oh, and I think what it's probably doing for some reason is direct to Fredo. Let's see. Well, it was supposed to intercept that bearing, and it says that's what it's doing, but it's doing something mildly other than that. So obviously, I have a lot more to learn about not only about this GPS and autopilot, but also about approaches in general. But it is so it's we're supposed to be up here so that we come in sort of this way and do a teardrop entry, but it looks like it's gonna. Well, we'll see what it does. Um, um, for now, just hang on to the edge of your seat, and we'll see uh, if I manage to kill us or not. Drygon, did I say hi when you came in? I hope I did. I don't know. Oh, that's soundtrack. That's yep. So I missed both the route, both the plan command and the route command. Sorry, uh, uh, sorry about that. I think that's a first. I think I missed plenty of stuff. Uh, Usually something different every stream, but I think that's the first time I've actually missed the. That helped get the sun out of our eyes. What's it going to do to us here? Is it going to do an entry into this hold, or is it going to do something else? Between the sun and the white chart, oh, look at that. It's going to do a teardrop entry for us. Okay. So back to, it wasn't Sappy TV. Oh, no, I've forgotten. It was, no, I am so sorry to have not retained your name for an hour. But somebody TV. Was it Slappy TV? Sappy TV? I'm so sorry. But so also part of your question about how I feel about the GTN 750 from TDS. Uh, yeah, there are times when I absolutely love it, and this is probably one of those. So it's going to take care of getting us into the hold here. We should probably inch our altitude down. I think I have to be in vertical speed mode for my little down button to work, but maybe not. Yeah, I do have to be. But if I gingerly take alt hold off while I'm in a turn, well, probably not advisable. But no, it looks like we actually do have to activate. Oh, I guess it's maybe this one up here. I don't think that setting this is gonna. It's too. It should be too close for it to capture that. Well, as long as alt hold is off, let's just forget these as well and just trim it to descent a little bit. Nice gentle descent. Yes. Hi, Quas. Welcome on in. Fabulous to see you as always. Oh, you know what? No wonder it's not. Oh. I'm in that mode where this autopilot. Oh. Mwet, hello to you as well. I am in this mode with the autopilot where no matter what I do, it will not let me change altitudes. So we're now going to try. Oh. No. Oh, no, 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 no. Can you say pilot-induced oscillations? There, I knew you could. All right, close enough. Let's try getting this back on and that and that. Let's see what happens. Okay. I made us a little late for the turn, but we're back on altitude. So, hi Quas, I'm wet. Give me 1 sec to put the fuel pump on. Oh, come on. Oh, there's the fuel pump on. I can hear it. And get down here and change tanks because I should have done that a little while ago. And come back up here, get the fuel pump back off. Okay. Hi, welcome on in, Moet and Quas. Great seeing both of you. And Sappy TV. I was right about it being Sappy. Well, cool. Um, oh, oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad someone else is explaining different hold entries because Lord knows I barely understand enough of one and part of another one of them to muddle through and only almost kill myself and everyone else on board, let alone explain them to anybody else. But Quas, I was about to say, upon your arrival, that I'm in the middle of muddling through and messing up yet another perfectly fine approach. we just horribly flew the runway 6 ILS approach into Plymouth, Massachusetts, where the Pilgrims got off the rock. And so now we're holding over Fredo, which is the last part of the mist. And at this point, when we actually do fly this flight to see if we can pass the IFR number 11 rating, it's at this point, once we're established in the hold, we would call up Boston Center and say, that we're flying the mist on the ILS 6, and we'd negotiate a clearance to our alternate, which, for the purposes of this flight, is Portland, Maine. So we're Vex freeze. Thank you. It says you've shared that privately, so I won't repeat it. But thanks. That's lovely. And that was 16 minutes ago. So Vex freeze if you're still here. Thanks. All right. So the next step then is to get ourselves up on course to Newport, Maine, and so again we would be given routing, I'm sure, from ATC, or if I called and asked for a route that was unacceptable, they would give us something else. But the route that I would request, and then I'm going to try going ahead and putting in here, assuming they agreed, would be after here. We'd go. Let's see if we go. I think if I go in here to flight plan. So hold exit, I think we can just add a waypoint after that. We're going to go up to Portland, and I already know that we're going to, the approach we're going to fly, the initial approach fix is the Kennebunkport VOR. So I'm just going to put that in here, and then Portland, and we'll see what happens with that in there. Whoops. What did I do? Oh! What indeed? Hi, Jeffrey. Welcome on in. Good to see you. There's Portland. Okay. So we got those in here now. And so assuming we have been cleared to the Portland International Airport via Kennebunkport, and since we have now turned to where we are heading back more or less north, which is the direction this is in, I'm just going to go ahead and hit. Oh no, I'm not going to hit that. I'm going to do a direct to, and pick ENE from here. Hello. Oh, it must be down here somewhere. It is way down here. There we go. Activate that, and we'll see what it does. I'm guessing it's going to make a mild right turn and get us onto this track up here. Right, so there's Kennebunkport, which is the initial approach fix for Portland, and as we get a little bit closer, we'll go ahead and add the approach we're going to fly. But for now, we've been down here under the hood for quite a while. Hey, there's Dragon. Dragon, thank you for flying along. And I'm hoping that we still have Spundot and Barbecue Beef with us. Let's see. There's somebody whose name is not familiar to me. Oh, and there's barbecue beef and yeah, Sundot, and barbecue beef formation flying. Very cool. Uh, and there's Drygon back there, and Drygon, you're in there. You're in the Diamond 40. That's very nice. All righty. Well, let me since we're in here and since we just did a missed approach, I should probably just like generally take a look at how we're configured and see what we're doing. Like there we are, well up into the yellow arc because power is just insane. So we can start by pulling that back a little bit. We don't need to be burning 15 gallons an hour. Uh, Again, my apologies for the static. Maybe I should not call attention to it as much as I do. Whoops, let's see. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, we're a lot lower than I thought we are. Oh, yeah, they would probably, probably have given us a climb back up to 3,000. I don't know, maybe not. We'll, since I'm already pulling the power back for cruise, let's just stay here at 2,000. Again, it's not, ATC's not here, and we're just doing a bare bones dry run to see how little I really understand about um, what I'm doing here. So, I probably let's so okay. So we've got hang on here. A fuel burn of 8.6 gallons an hour is also not right. What do I? Yeah, well, 17 and 17. It's lower than we normally cruise, more in the 19 to 21 range here, and burning about 12 gallons an hour. But there's 19. Oopsie. Oh. Okay, that's probably fine. And we do have to make double check. Yep, flaps are up. Uh, and oh, you know what? Let's also make sure the spoilers aren't out. They're not. That's a good thing. Made that mistake once or twice. Um, all right. So this is looking to me. Let me just over in Navigraph here. Let me think because I want to save that flight plan, and if I make changes, it's gonna screw it up. I'm gonna just see about starting a new flight here, like from where is my pin board? Uh, uh, Sorry, I know this is riveting content watching me look at another screen that you can't see, but I'm brand new to Navigraph, and oh, that's what I wanted. I knew there was an X here that I wanted somewhere. Uh, this will do. Let's see. Now, if I do new flight, and then origin, and it's KGHG is right next to where we are. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but for now, I'm going to go with what I know, which is limited, but will get us there. Okay, so there's that, and then I need to. Oh, you know what? If I just add, well, there's rather than being so mysterious. Here's our general, close enough to our route, and then for getting into Portland, we already know because it's assigned in the flight. We know that we're going to be doing the ILS 11, and if we do that from Kennebunkport, that's what we already put in the GPS. So that's what we're looking at. Now, it's odd that this is in here because the chart, I was quite sure, specified. Let's see if I can put it up. Oh, that's Cat 2 or 3. No, is that? But that's. Oh. Oh, I've picked the wrong approach. That's why it doesn't look like what I was expecting. Ha ha. So, let me go back over here and change. We're actually the assignment for the thing is actually the RNAV GPS approach 211, starting from Kennebunkport. That looks a little more like what I was expecting. Um, but even the right, so no, yeah, I think it is this approach chart that says if you're coming from Kennebunk, uh, or actually, I guess it's that if you're coming from IPCA, you don't need to do the procedure turn at Buxtehude. But let's see if we can overlay that. See what it's telling us. This is what I was remembering from. Oh wait, no, that's not authorized. But right, here we go. So yeah, if we're coming from Kennebunk to IPCA and then coming in, then there's no procedure turn on that. So that's what that looks like here. So it's well, we are going to have to climb a little because we need to cross Buxtehude at or above 2,300. Then it's down to 1,800 at Mena, 700 at Finus or Finus. Oh, so there's at least a preview of what we're doing, and we've got, I suspect, a pretty long time to get there. Let's take a look at that. So where are we? Oh, it's not like in that because I zoomed in or something. So yeah, 73 miles to go to Kennebunk. And what are we doing? We're 148 over the ground. So yeah, let's burn a little more fuel and cruise a little bit faster. Huh. Oh, and you know what? We could actually even just go ahead and go full power and do that climb up to. Um, we're flying east and we're on an IFR flight plan, so three. I really don't want to go all the way up to 5, but let's climb up to 3, uh, just for the practice of. Uh, since this is just like I said, a entirely a practice flight. And it's not saying capture there, which means I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. But we can do that. So what have I missed? I'm sure in the course of all of that, I have missed a lot in the chat. Like saying hi to Bearded CB. Hi, welcome on in. Good to see you. Uh, uh, okay. Jeffrey B. Hi. I think I said hi when you came in, but oh, Jeffrey B. All right. Well, I will understand if you picked the other one. Cold Nebo. That's funny. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I think I didn't miss all that much. But Jeffrey B responded to my wishes, which makes me think you picked us. Yay! Good to have you here. Uh it's been an interesting flight so far. We've just been it's a dry run, practice run for the IFR number 11 flight, which includes the elements that are new to me that I'm supposed to be learning for this flight are missed approach procedure. There hasn't been one of those yet in the program, and I've never had any reason to fly one before now. So missed approach procedure to get us, and then getting established in hold entries is also still all, I've barely scratched the surface on that. But so missed approach procedure, hold entry, getting established in the hold, negotiating a clearance with ATC to go to the alternate. And then, is there anything at the alternate that's new for me? It's an RNAV approach. Um, no, I think everything. I think everything from here to the end of the flight I've done at least once before, and at least not poorly enough to have been failed for whichever test we were doing at the time. Oh yeah, just press toga, and it takes it from there. Yeah, I have like three different buttons to press in a particular order, and I never seem to quite get that right. Flyer Joe, welcome on in. Good to see you, sir. Happy to have you here. Are we going to Ireland? No, no, we are not going to Ireland. We are going to Portland, Maine. Uh, Here's where we did the missed approach down here, and then here's where we were by the time I got a new flight plan in here. So we started out in New Bedford, right here, and our destination was Plymouth, right here. But because of the uh, procedures they want me to demonstrate in the course of this challenge flight, Final Rabbit, hey, welcome on in. Uh, they want me to fly the ILS runway 6 approach into Plymouth, which has Providence here as its initial. Is that big enough that you can see it? That's what she asked. Or should I zoom this in some? Probably I should zoom this in some. So does that have our whole route on it? We have Plymouth, New Bedford. Oh yeah, so I can zoom in even a little more. So here's New Bedford where we're leaving and Plymouth where we're ending up. But they want the ILS 6 into Plymouth flown from an initial approach fix of the Providence VOR. So that's fine. But you can't just do New Bedford to Providence and then make this really tight turn and head in. It's prohibited. The approach plate for the ILS 6 into Plymouth says you can't fly that approach if you are approaching Providence from anywhere between these two radials. So what we actually did was we left New Bedford and went direct to Quonset down here, because then that put us south and west of Victor 146, which meant we could go then direct Quonset to Providence, and then from Providence pick up the ILS into Plymouth. And so then so we nearly disastrously flew the missed approach procedure at Plymouth, or watched while the GPS no doubt did what we told it to, which was not what we wanted it to do. But oh, sorry, Bedford. Yes, I've Cold Nebo. Why didn't you correct me on this from the first time it came out of my mouth? I should have been saying New Bedford all along, and you let me just get away with this. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's good to know who my loyal friends are. My only regret is that we didn't get to stop off up here anywhere near Revia, but there it is. Over the submarine base. Am I flying over a submarine base? Um, what? Yeah. So Bedford. It's not Bedford. Bedford. I will be in Portsmouth. When will I be in Portsmouth? Isn't that up here somewhere? Oh, this Portsmouth. Oh, so yeah, I was explaining to folks earlier that while we're in that hold, we will negotiate a route. Bedford and isn't oh, is New Bedford New Bedford's Rhode Island. Well, that's probably New Bedford then. Not even New Bedford, but New Bedford. I bet is the way a Rhode Islander would say. Never mind. Um, so I no, who was we? It was Kilo Zebra, right? So one of the steps that you have to successfully negotiate to get the passing grade on this is negotiate a route to get you up here to Portland. So my plan was to ask for direct, and then fully acknowledging and expecting that there could be any number of problems with that, and that they may have me copy down another route. So from what you're saying is that they're not going to want me this close to there. So they could from the mist, the hold on the mist is like right about here. So they could send me direct Trura or direct Provincetown. Oh, well, I guess if they sent me direct Truro, then they could put me on this Victor Airway, which would get us right there. So it'll probably be something like that. But yeah. So I could request Vector's Kennebunkport Echo November Echo up here. Direct macaroni. Yes. You know, actually, I think I have some. I make really excellent spaghetti sauce, and I did some a couple nights ago with. This time I did lots of big chunks of hot Italian sausage to add to it, and I did that with rotini instead of spaghetti, and there's quite a bit left in the fridge. I think as soon as we're done here, I think I'm making a beeline. I think I'm definitely going direct macaroni as soon as I press that stop streaming button. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else to talk about on here until we get somewhere close to Kennebunk. And I guess it is Kennebunk, not Kennebunkport, because Kennebunkport is like a suburb, I suppose. So let me get rid of the map there, and we'll see what's going on around us up here. We're definitely not more than 50 miles from shore, so we don't have to worry about those rules, whatever they are. Anna Saihutu 1010. That's an Airbus. Not really interested in what they're up to, but we've got Dragon, barbecue beef, and lemon dog. And I'm guessing Black 63rd is not with us, given that they're at 32 feet? 46 feet? What's out that way? Is there a... Oh, they're probably at Provincetown, would be my guess. Or perhaps they have called it macaroni. I don't know. Okay. One moment. Oh, Vinyl Rabbit. I didn't know. I did not realize this was your region. Oh. Um, so, oh yeah, that was what, a week or two ago that I was confused about Hanscom, thinking that it was actually New Bedford, but it turns out it's Bedford. Uh, I do see people getting tickets for the giveaway, which is excellent. If you have not typed !ticket to get yourself a ticket for the giveaway, by all means do so now. Only 8 people have entered the giveaway, so if you would like a 1 in 9 shot at getting a free subscription, !ticket is definitely for you. So do that for sure. We're giving away a free subscription to the Peter Mooney channel, or if you win in the drawing and you're already subscribed to the Peter Mooney channel, I will give you a subscription to any channel on Twitch that offers subscriptions, because I can't give you one to the ones who don't. Right, so there's that. What else is there? So what's next? Oh, well, so Soundtrack 78. I'm, I know we created the top of climb checklist for after I've already leveled off, but I've forgotten to run the checklist, the cruise checklist. But just, note for future reference, should you ever happen to notice that I have climbed, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 feet above the altitude I had planned to stop at. Yeah, okay. In that kind of situation, you could definitely use the top climb. It's the TDS GTN 750. Uh, it's the GTN XI 750 from TDS is what we're using. And then we're also using this wonderful autopilot that's built into the Carinado Mooney. It's the KFC 150 autopilot coupled with the KAS 297 Bravo little altitude pre-select and vertical speed control. And can I get myself? Yeah. So 3000 was where we wanted to go. So first let's disengage vertical speed. And then if we go, let's see, we're in nav. So if we 3,000 feet and arm, that doesn't take us to capture. If we just turn the whole thing off and recycle it, flight directors off. Come on, there you go. I'm tempted to turn the avionics master off and back on, but I'm not going to. So nav and power on, and then it sure would be nice if this would. Yep. No. So we're going to do set vertical speed to. Come on, this is the. Oh, that's right. I see. Okay. Well, so there's definitely something wrong here because when you pass 0, the little arrow is supposed to appear indicating that you're going in the other direction, and that is not working. So that explains why it would only go up earlier when I wanted it to go down. So we're gonna leave the autopilot on nav for now and just set up a descent manually. So let's just bring the power back a little bit, and let's see if we can't get a nice gentle descent trimmed. Is it letting me move the trim? Because that's the other thing. This autopilot. So okay, let's go back over here where we can get a close look. So there's me on the trim switch. Up, down, nothing. And if we go back to turning this off and those and take it out of nav mode. Come on, honey. There we go. Now does it release the? Now it releases the trim. Okay. Well, and now we dive. I think I have a sound effect for that, but we'll see if we can correct this first. So we got a nice kind of gentle descent going here. That would be lovely. Oh. That one. What's this one? Out of the corner of my eye, I think I'm seeing interesting things in the chat, and I kind of think like I can't. I would like to get us trimmed for a nice gentle descent here, but that may not be in our futures, ladies and gentlemen, and other gentle beings. Can we please? No. Soundtrack 78, maybe it might be a good idea to go ahead and go to the closet and the maintenance closet and get out the new case of barf bags, because we may need to be distributing those shortly. Maybe a little less power would give it a slightly easier, because we're already in the yellow arc, so let's definitely reduce F. I'd even settle for a fairly steady 1,000. I'd like a nice gentle 500 feet a minute, but I'll settle for 1,000 feet a minute if we can get it to settle there. But let's see. Make sure we're staying relatively on course as well. Try the heading bug over there. No. Saw what you did there. As long as you still let me fiddle with the trim, I'll give you heading mode. Oh, it is going to let me have heading mode. Oh. Really? Every time I reach a point where I think I know how to fly this airplane, I get into this a weird situation, something like this, where yes, thank you. I'll even add
I got a bad feeling about this.
One of those. Ah. Here's my 3070 card chiming in with some static to underline that fail and that bad feeling. So we'll just see if we can get this on down to, and we're, in the immortal words of L. Frank Baum, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, 500 to go. Diving like something that dives really fast. Can we arrest this descent, please, a little bit? Okay, that's looking good. And then if we hit... are you going to level off? Are you going to hold altitude? You're not. Okay. So, it seems as if we are pretty much... oh, because it's... okay. I was about to give up on the autopilot, but I'm glad I didn't. Because it is going to hold us at 3,000. Okay. I have gotten a crick in my neck and shoulder. I don't know what they say in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Down here we say a crick. Oh yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, it definitely kind of is, but no, what had actually happened was for some reason when I pressed Alt here, it also turned itself off. I don't know why it does that, but I forget. Oh, wicked wick. Hi, Larry Gropnik. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Happy to have you here. Kazi, I don't think I said hi when you came in, but hi. Good to see you as well. And, I've probably missed a bunch else because that was a really long, stupid descent where it took my every bit of attention I could focus on just not falling out of the sky like a rock. So if I missed saying hi, oh, Scotty DeHottie, I'm glad you're still here. Did someone assist you with Shift 1 ticket? You goof. Okay. Oh, yes, here's what I knew there was something that had attracted the corner of my eye but not gotten my attention while the plane tried to kill me. But Jeffrey said your mom was administrative assistant to the warden at Walpole. Cool. I bet that was interesting. Yeah. I feel like I've been to Walpole. I don't know why I would have gone there. My late husband and I lived in Boston for a little over 4 years, and we explored a good bit of the surrounding territory. But why would we have gone to Walpole? I don't know. Huh? Let's see. Call Peter's phone for the klaxon. That's funny. Oh, was somebody trying to get my attention to Soundtrack? You're still here, aren't you? I don't see your name in chat. Oh, there you are down there. Oh, you said that you were leaving, and I missed your having said that you were leaving. You probably whispered me because I never see those, and I still don't see it. No, it's there. But welcome back. And the yeah, soundtrack. The only thing you missed was uh, I kind of forgot I was climbing to 3,000 and climbed to 8,000 instead. So I was, oh no, oh soundtrack, oh I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Um, so I just pointed out that if you ever are, I pointed out that while we designed and implemented the the TOC top of climb command, it's a moderator only command. Don't everybody rush and try it. But we designed and implemented that for when I had stopped climbing and leveled off and gone into cruise and forgotten to do the cruise checklist. So that top of climb that Kilo Zebra just had to try, despite not believing that it wouldn't work for him. Uh, very good. Absolutely the appropriate response soundtrack. Um, we designed and implemented that command for when I forget to do the top of climb or cruise checklist. But so my point, soundtrack, that I didn't know you were not here to hear was that should you ever notice me climbing 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 feet higher than we planned, it would be fine to use that command in that situation as well. Okay. Um, where are we now? We are coming right up on Kennebunkport. Oh my gosh. And I didn't do anything to get out ahead of the airplane either. And we haven't done a single flyby in this stream. What a disappointment. Let's see. What do we want to look? Let's just take a look here. Oh yeah, we only got 4.5 miles to our initial approach fix, which is Kennebunk. Um, so I should probably start paying attention. Uh, we'll take just long enough to go out here and do a very quick one of these. So see if there's any way to get the group involved in the shot as well. I don't know. We can. No, looks like people are not showing up. Oh, such a pretty airplane. We're cruising with our landing and taxi lights on because that's how that went. Oh, and they probably are still on because I didn't. Oh. All right. So what do we got? It's already warning us we're about to start making a turn. So that's let's. What are we gonna do? We don't have to do anything with the. We don't have to switch into VLOC because this is an RNAV approach. But I think we probably do have to. Oh my gosh! Called Neba. Well, with 200 bits, thank you so much. That's just great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, and Mad Meredith's here. Hi, Mad Meredith. Okay, it's already starting our right turn. We need to come out of heading mode and get into. I think we go ahead and go to approach mode, uh, and we should. So, is it? Are we now? I just want to go in and know what it is doing. So it's no. Let's see. Righto. Wait. What the heck? Hold the phone. I know. Uh, I know we. I know we loaded this procedure. So right. There's the okay. Uh, that's so weird. What? Okay. So where are we now? I need to find out as quickly as I can where we are. What on earth? Um, I want to go to IPCA. um, and it ought to let me. 'Cause it ought to be in my flight plan. But it's not, because the procedure's not in my flight plan. Waypoint. Uh, no. Okay. Well, it looks like it has, it's just turning us right. What is it going to do here? Okay. Well, that's going to give us plenty of time to go in here and do what we want to do. So what we want to do is we want to go in here and, yeah, that's just not even appropriate at all because I am not rambling on about something unrelated. I am, in fact, uh, let's see, uh, doing my best to rescue us as quickly as I can. So, KP, all of this was in here, was it not? So there's Portland, and then back to here, and procedures, and an approach into Portland. We want the RNAV 11, and we want to load and activate. So, Mana. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Buckstow is we don't want to hold there. I think maybe the thing for me to do is so what if I go back to, let's see, if I go back to here, Mana, Buckstow. If I insert before this ENEBOR, and then no, I don't want that. I want first of all, let's see if we can get. Hey, here we go. Unfortunately, that's where we are. So why, when my flight plan has this approach in here, why am I not seeing IPCA? Because that should be before. What are all these? Okay, you know what? This is the 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 equipment has failed us in every possible regard, except maybe for showing us what's what on the it gives this chart. The chart may be helpful, but I think that's it's good to hear Goldsy's voice. That kind of reminds me that I don't have to be a basket case just because nothing is going the way I intended. So I think probably the thing to do if this were our real challenge flight for the rating and the avionics became as indecipherable to me as they just have, I think the thing to do would be to just hand fly it to the best of my ability and see what we get from there. Come to think of it, that's actually what we did last Thursday when we were doing the IFR number 10 flight and had Sheed as our controller, and it all went horribly wrong. We successfully intercepted the back course localizer approach that we were slated to fly, and then no sooner had we gotten set up on what's the established. That's the word I wanted. No sooner were we established on that back course than um, everything just the whole thing went to arms, and we ended up diving to within 1,000 feet of the ground and flying 90 degrees to the course we were supposed to. And so I just like turned off everything and started hand flying it, and managed to get it back on course. And when he gave it, when we were down on the ground and off the runway, and called up for taxi, uh, he said, "Good recovery, good enough for a pass on IFR number 10." So we'll see if we can't recover from this as well. So maybe get us heading toward IPCA and maybe at the heading, but even though we're not going to use the heading bug for anything other than visual reference at this point. And then we can, I think we set the course for 110. What happens if we come down here? Can I see? It's so helpful to be able to at least, oh, hello. Oh, whoa. So helpful to be able to see the numbers on these little gauges. So there's one. Oh, come on. At the final approach courses. Whoa! 110. Lord help me. So that's 100 right there. 110. Woo! Would be about there. Okay. Just so that's okay, so that's that. Alrighty. Climbed a little up to 3,200. Jeffrey, I don't know what to make of what you've typed there. You know, I called Nebo. I think that was the flight of Condi's during which I was on the phone with my tax guy. It was the DC-6. It was the one before he went to Rio, right? Oh yeah, it was the DC-6 into Las Vegas. Is that right? Yeah, because I came in. By the time I got back from the depressing hour on the phone with the tax guy, he had already departed in the Goal 737 into Rio for the redemption flight. So, yeah, when things go as horrifically wrong, okay, so it's time to turn toward. Did not see this at all, but we need to make a right turn. I know that much. Right, because we need to go to Buxtehude. Because Buxtehude is our next thing we're going to. And if I look at the chart, come on. Thank you, please. If I look at the chart, Buxtehude at 2,300, so we can go ahead and start a descent. And after Buxtehude is Mena at 1,800. So a little bit more down, heading on down to 2,300. Are we getting anywhere close to Buxtehude? Oh, Buxtehude's a little to our left. And could we keep descending, please? Oh, you know, we could probably make some power adjustments to... Oh! Hello. What? Alrighty. That is probably close enough to get us... And that was about 2,300, reasonably close to Buxtehude. Okay, I'm pleased so far, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. So I think we need to turn right a little bit more to head toward Mena. Mena, yeah, okay. So and it's Mena is at 1,800. So something along here. Whoa, oh, 1,800 coming up mighty quick there. And we should now be on a... Why are we not on the 110 course to... Okay. Oh, well, we're pretty close to that. Are we... Is this... Yeah, it looks like we're heading right to Mena. And, oh, yep, somehow I got... Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we descending? No! Why are we climbing? Why are we descending? Why are we oscillating? Ah! No! Stop. Okay. I gotta get, definitely have got to spend a lot of time uh, under the hood and getting used to making little changes so that things like that don't happen. Okay. Uh, if we, oh yeah, we have gone significantly off course now. And if we were under the hood, we wouldn't be able to look out the window in front of us and see pretty clearly that one of those couple of things right out there is looking mighty darn airport-like. I think it's probably that one that's at about 11:30 now. But if the thing were doing this, so right. So then Finis, it's down to 700 as the mins, and we're at 1200 now. So we could continue descending gradually. But don't we think that this is... Oh, yep, okay. Well, I guess in any case, we're going to want to see what this ends up looking like. So fine. It's recording. Ah, it's hard to guess at this point whether it's recording for posterity or posteriority, but it'll be one of those. So, what's it looking like on here? Yeah, well, we did stray mighty darn far to the right, of course. And now, of course, I can't see what's going on because that. Whoop! Okay. Well, that is definitely a field in sight. Can't really tell from here what's a. And we're at, let's see, are we at. Oh, we're at Finus or Finis. And we could from there, right, so we could be down at 700, so we're high. Oh, and they gave us a rabbit to let us know what is and isn't the runway. So we are just slow enough to drop in some flaps and gear. Let's see if we can't work this out. Yeah, about this point or shortly thereafter on Thursday, I think was when I mentioned that even if we got a pass, oh, that's right, it was before we touched down, because I said, even if we get a pass, I'm going to go back and fly this again because that was just completely unacceptable. And I did that. I did it over the weekend. I went back, now I can't even remember what airport that was, but I did go back and fly that approach again, and it came out much better. It certainly was far from perfect still, but definitely better. Slow this descent at all, we shall see. And a little less power because we're really pretty darn fast. That's going to slow us down some. Field's made. Let's pull the power. Why are you beeping at me? The gear is down. Why would it have beeped? Well, maybe it was the GPS, not the airplane. I don't know. But we go. Oh. I don't want to float too far, although there's plenty of runway. Oh, there we go. All righty. That was acceptable. Relatively on center line. Can we make this exit? I bet we could. Now, braking two. Whoa! If we could remember which way to push the rudder pedals to get the nose wheel to turn, we could probably even make it off the runway line. Dear goddess. Okay. Well, that was just horrifically embarrassing from start to finish. How long was I in the air? Good Lord, that wasn't even an hour in the air. Now, so that's interesting. I remember it being 6 after the hour, was it not, when we took off? Because, wait, so if we started at, okay, this looks good. Let me get a parking brake on. So the chrono is now saying what? Come on. Oh, right, it's saying that I didn't start it. That's fine. Add one more thing to the list of things that didn't go ideally on this flight. Okay, never mind it. That may be my favorite. Oh well, no. So for a couple weeks that was my favorite new sound command, but I think is the cursor? Where's the cursor for this one? No, I think my new favorite one is oh no. I, I was having so much trouble spelling it that it finally hit me that that's because I was typing the wrong word. Because I should be able to. There, I like this one a lot. Um, oh yeah, no, I think the undulating or oscillating. I think that was all me. I think I had already turned the autopilot off at that point, or it was. So there's like I said, there's this weird state where all the just like now, you would look at this autopilot and think, okay, boy howdy, that thing's off, and yet both electric trim and manual trim are disabled. Doing anything to them doesn't adjust the trim at all, and I can descend a little by like with full nose down force, but it fights me. And the moment I like just let up a little of that force, it starts climbing again like a. So there's something not disconnecting when I do autopilot disconnect, but that bears more uh, more that bears further looking into. Vegetable, yes, that's the proper pronoun. Well, that's the King's English anyway. What are we gonna do? Did I? Oh, are people landing and I'm missing it? Gosh, I'm so disorganized and silly sometimes. Oh, Dragon, are you already down? It looks like you are already down. I'm sorry I missed your landing. What about Spundot and Barbecue Beef? Are you still with us? I see. Oh, Spundot? Oh, there you are. You're 2,300 feet, but some distance away. Is Barbecue Beef still with you? Or did you two end up doing the formation thing? Did I land at the wrong airport? Is that no? I don't know. I didn't do that. Byron. There's Byron in his. No, I was hoping it was Byron in his Baron, but it's Byron in his Boeing. Not nearly as poetical. Uh, so Spundot, if you're still here, let me know. If you're coming into land, we will watch that. Or I guess, I mean, or like how far out you are. Let's see. You're still over the water. You lost barbecue beef. Barbecue beef. Are you lost, or are you here? Um, well, if you want to continue search and rescue, we could go ahead and do the replay here, and then watch your landing afterward. Or, oh, it only just now occurred to me if you'd rather we not watch your landing. That's a complete trust me. If anyone understands that feeling, I do. Uh, hey, Mr. Marathon, welcome back. If you were gone before, or if you've been lurking but semi here, happy to still have you. Should we watch the replay? What do you think? Let me get that reset first. Oh, and while we're in here, let's see. Those flaps could come up. We do not need those anymore. And I think I only briefly deployed the speed brakes. Yep, they're back in. That's good. So watch the replay. Is that what we should do? Do we want to do that? We could go ahead and do that. If we're gonna do that, uh, there's Kilo Zebra. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes. So posterior and yes, posterity and so. Okay. Yep. There's the A36. Oh, like the rocker switch, like this one? Is that what you're talking about? Because yeah, I've actually, I was having, I was getting, I was having such a difficult time with both this and this that I actually went and got the IRL user manuals for both of them. And I, for one of the few times in my flight simming career, I actually R'd TFM. But you know, so there it is. Let me see. I need to stop recording. Wait, oh, where's my? Oh, there we go. Stop recording. Oh, well, the graph of the glide actually looks quite nice. It's such a pity there's not a way to. I'll figure out how to show you this. For being completely hand flown, this looks actually kind of like if the GPS had been handling the glide slope. Uh, it's a nice shallow angle, and it's really a surprisingly um, straight line. But at any rate, let's see. If I put that in replay, and then over here is like pause and resume there and there. So let's see. Wait, what did I just do? Okay, that was not okay. I think I just did this. Yes, that will do that part for us. And then we should be able to go find some interesting. Oop, gotta put that back over here. Hey, there we go. I'm guessing this guy's going to turn at some point here, since the runway's right there. Will he or won't he? Let's see. Uh, hey, there we go. And as I said, believe it or not, I mean, visually this looks high right now. Although, is there a VASI or a PAPI? I don't see a VASI or a PAPI. I feel some bumps in the air. Um, I mean, this just in terms of sight picture, as grammatically challenged flight instructors call it. This looks high, but it looks like it's looking less high as we go. And like I say, on the flight recorder's screen, it looks like a nice steady angle. Um, does that qualify me for maniac status? I'm not sure. But let's. Yeah, there's where I just popped him out for a bit because I was well over 80 and I like to be around 75 if I can. So there's this would be better with music, wouldn't it? Oh, a little bit of a yeah, that's uh, lacking finesse at the very end there, but and I mean I kind of wanted to flare a little more, but then I also didn't want to float. I remember saying something about uh, hey, this here. And which way? The sun is on that side, I think. So if we go here, oh come on. What? Thank you. And then just a little bit of that. And then So something like that. Then, oh Lord help me, I hope the buttons on the keyboard work when we're in this mode, because if not, it will be really embarrassing. But that, oh, I think they did. Yay, they did. Yay! I love it when a thing works. So, yeah, we can just do a, is it that? It's that. Yes. Excellent. Look at that slope. No wonder that landing was so rough. There's a slope. Yeah, all right. Well, really nothing serious to complain about there. So, oh, where is the, oh, yeah, that. And then, what do you think? Should we do a, well, probably not all the way back up there, but maybe about there or so. I do that, and do that. And then I think if we do, that? No, I gotta do that, and then that. Hey, there we go. Alrighty. And then I guess this is where we desperately need wing play review music. No, wing view replay music. Uh, but while that is in the absence of music, while that's replaying, I should probably say thanks to some really great people who supported the stream today. Because then by the time that's done, it will be time to go and raid somebody. We will figure out who that's going to be in just a moment. But in the meantime, let me please allow me to say thank you to. We started out the stream with 3 resubscriptions, all delightful people, all, and so thrilled to have them here on a regular basis and subscribe to the channel. DeLorean 2399, Passenger in Command, and Cold Nebo all kicked off the stream with resubscriptions. That's really great. Then we had some new follows, Sappy TV and Pineapple Wizard. Seems like I see Pineapple Wizard in a lot of different streams, and it's great to have you. If you're still here, great to have you here. That was quite some time ago, though. Then Cold Nebo with a bits cheer. Jesus 15 rated us. If you're into GA flying and you're not already following Jesus 15, I don't know why, because that's what he mainly does. He does some airliners too, I think, but it seems like mainly at the times when I'm able to see him, he's doing mostly GA, and he's working on his private pilot license as well. I think. Wait, has he already gotten the private, and he's working on his instrument? At any rate, there's real life aviation involved in his exceptionally young life, along with flight simming. Give Jesus 15 a follow if you're not already. Then we got, I think, at least some of these from his raid. We got follows from Jolin the Ferrari fan, Creepy Kirk, and Fearless Gaming US. Let's see. Here's the moment of truth. Do we get Wingflex? Just a tiny bit. It's it's like we came to a stop. Our descent came to a stop, like 3 feet off, and then instead of easing it down from there, just went plop. So there's that. Alrighty then. Then only a couple things happened after that. We got another bit cheer, 200 bits from Cold Nebo. Thank you so much, sir. Greatly appreciate those. And then, oh my gosh, Dragon. I think this didn't get announced in the chat. Did it? Or did it? Oh, it did. So yeah, Dragon. Dragon redeemed 10,000 channel points to create a new sound command, which is a slippery slope. Okay. That, I'm just going to go ahead and write that down, because the last 2 of these that we had redeemed, I somehow missed them and it didn't happen for a week or so. So, Dragon, I will not let a week go by without. Oh, okay. That. Let me just. Yeah. pens and paper. What an awful, awful thing. Hang on. Okay. Well, I will remember that this piece of paper scratched by sharp ink-free pen tips. No, there we go. Is my reminder. Slippery slope. Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your support before, during, and after the stream. A musical proper English slippery. I, you know, called Nebo. I doubt it's what you meant, but frankly, Slippery Slope the musical sounds awesome to me. I would pay $140 to see that on Broadway, wouldn't you? Okay. But seriously, let's see. Yeah. I was not going to skip that. By all means. I just wanted to make sure. Spundot, are you still out there somewhere waiting for us to? Um, oh no, it's still in a replay mode, so I don't think we need that. I should be able to come over here, click that, then click that to get that out of the way so that that's there, but then I can come back here, and stopping should have put us back into live mode. Yes, it did. And there's Spundot, still 1,500 feet up. Wait, are we... Okay, there's that. Oh, but I didn't go to... There we go. Okay. But who was that? Who was that behind me? Was that... Oh, it's Done. Don 311 or Done. Okay, never mind. Thought there was a dong behind me and I didn't. God of Clean and Done and not... Or Don, not Dong. Spundot, do you want us to hang around and watch you come in, or not? Your call. Oh, you're on final. Excellent. And to which runway? And can I figure that out easily? Come on. The camera's going really slow. There we go. Is the camera? Okay, this one, I'm guessing then. Boop. No. Let's see. Okay. What do we get now if we... It's all going to depend on whether or not it's up to Asobo at this point. Is it going to show us your aircraft landing, or are we just going to get to watch your gamer tag nameplate landing? I don't know. We'll see. If I move closer, help. Might in some cases. Oh, look, yeah, there was uh, trees and stuff loading in. I keep moving down the runway. No. Well, how disappointing that. Oh, there you are. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, and other gentle beings. Spun on short final into Portland, Maine. Oh, nice. Three-pointer, but just like licking a stick of butter. Congratulations, Spundot. Very, very nice. Well, suddenly it's not letting me move the camera. Oh, it's because I have this on the screen, huh? Probably. Come on. Well, Spundot, sorry I missed your taxi off. Oh, that's a pretty livery as well. Um, do you want if you want to taxi over to Drygon, I could sidle over myself or slew over myself for a family portrait for the scrapbook, or if I mean, yeah, it's up to you. Where's everybody? Are you closer to me now than? It looks like the two. No, it looks like you're about midway now. Wait, are you gonna? Yeah, if you Drygon, what's up? You want us to go? Okay, yeah. Spundot's going to Drygon. I'll just slew over to Drygon as well for a snapshot, and then we will take it from there. Boop. Let's see. Let me get back inside here. I thought I got the flaps up, but apparently I did not. Don't. Is it just? Oh, the replay must have put them back down to where they were at that point, because I know I definitely remember raising those flaps before. Alrighty then. Let's see. Sun's over there, which makes it not great, but how far away do I need to get for? There's name tags. Let's see. You know what? On second thought, oops. Oh, Spundot. Pardon me, madam. Oh, come on. That'll do. This, and then this, and then this. Feet back on here. And then let's go here. That's probably good. And then like this. Something like that. Does that do it for us? Oh, I think that's going to be much better. So we go here, and then here, and then here. Yes. At some distance, name tags should appear. There are the name tags. So that's good. And yeah, then at least we're not quite as spread out. Whoa, hello. There we go. Alrighty then. Say cheese. There's our, okay. I got a snapshot of this. I'll take a second one just to be sure. Alrighty then, I think we can do the giveaway and move along. Kilo Zebra, hey, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And yeah, we will try this one for real on Thursday. If we get a controller on Boston Center, we will for sure do this on Thursday. And if not, we'll do it the next time we can get a controller on Boston Center. So, last call for tickets for the giveaway. Exclamation point ticket if you don't already have one. And that will get you an entry into this drawing for a free sub to the Peter Mooney channel. If you win the drawing and you're already subscribed to the Peter Mooney channel, I will give you a subscription to any channel on Twitch that offers subscriptions. And so we're going to close the giveaway. Last chance. Mwet got one. That brought us up to 16. You got a 1 in 6. If you type exclamation point ticket now, you will get a 1 in 17 chance to win a subscription. So going to close it up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Giveaway closed. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I usually put this up where everybody can see, just so for as close to full disclosure as I can get. So there it is. 16 entries over the course of 3.5 hours. And so now, without further ado, or prior to further ado, we'll go ahead and draw a winner here. So it's Drygon! Woohoo! Congratulations, Drygon. You have won yourself a subscription to you're already a subscriber here. I know. Because didn't you wait? No, it wasn't earlier today that you rigged, right? Yeah. When there's only 16 people, is it 16 or 8? 16 people, right? I'm sure your subscription is current. So let me just double check. Yes, for 5 months. I knew that it was, but sometimes they lapse before somebody realized. Oh, so we're going to draw another winner. So Bearded CB, I'm gonna click draw another winner over here on this screen, and if it comes up Bearded CB, then you're gonna have to repeat that it was rigged. Okay, here we go. So. It's Shadow Wolf. Hey, congratulations, Shadow Wolf. Shadow Wolf a subscriber? I think so, but let's see. Yep, that one is also current. So, Shadow Wolf, are you here? If you are, let me know what channel you would like a subscription to. You can, if you don't want to type it in the chat, you can either Twitch whisper me, or DM me in Discord, either of those. But I'm not seeing Shadow Wolf in the chat, so let me just make a quick note and I will message them afterwards. So, and it's SH4, isn't it? Yeah, like SH4. Yes, SH4 Dow Wolf 67. Dow 67. Okay. Alrighty then. That's that part. Congratulations, Shadow Wolf and Drygon. Winners both. Too bad, Bearded CB. Loser. Okay. Oh, sorry, that was probably not a good idea. Oh, Shadow Wolf, you are here. Great. Hey. So again, you can put it in the chat or just whisper me if you would rather who you would like a gift subscription to, and we will make that happen with all due dispatch. And while you let me know about that. Oh, well, what's going on there? And oh, good Lord, who are all these people? Sorry. Huh. Oh, that's odd. Okay. Let's raid Fort Alert. I'm pretty sure I almost got myself in trouble with that one recently. You know what? Conti is on. Let's go give Conti a raid. I'm gonna, in a half hour from now, I hope you will join me in Sim Caesar's T-Tail Tuesday stream. That's definitely where I'm going to be, but in the intervening half hour, among the various choices, I know where I would be is in Conti's stream, so we will do that. Shadow Wolf, Shadow Wolf, I will look for a whisper or a Discord DM from you about. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I completely missed it. You'll have to check and let me know. There's no rush at all. I've got a note, so if you forget, I will do my best to remember. But between us, we will get you a subscription to somewhere. I'm the same way. When I win one, I always know that I've got 3 or 4 that are expired that I'm going to be really happy to switch back on, but I can never remember which one is which at the time. And so that's okay. So I will stop talking now. I will get the raid going, and then I will switch us over to some lovely music for saying goodbye. But thanks everybody for coming by today, for however long you could, for participating however you did, whether that was just lurking or actively watching or actively watching and chatting, or lurking and watching and chatting and flying along, cheering bits or following or subscribing. It really every little aspect of that Oh, you're Mustafa. Okay, let me make a quick note of that. And like, if it's not, if it's still current, I'll check back like tomorrow. If it's like about sometimes like time of day will do a weird thing with that. Okay, but at any rate, oh dear. Hang on. Whoa, that was a rough one. I'm glad I got the button undone. So, thank you for participating, however you in whatever form you did today. But most of all, above and beyond all the other thank you soundtrack for how you participated today. I'm terribly sorry about your terrible phone call, and I hope that it turns out to be. About this time yesterday, I had a terrible phone call, and a few hours later, there was another phone call, and it turned out that's a terrible. So I hope whatever it is somehow susceptible to that kind of turnaround. But in any case, whatever it is, I'm sorry that it had to happen. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Wouldn't want to do it without you. And so yeah, so thanks, and thanks everybody else. And like I said, let me get in new we'll get that going, and make sure we get his logo, which we did. So there's that going, and then I'm just going to say goodbye, thank you, and hope to see you 2 days from now, Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1900 Zulu, and hope you can make it, and hope we'll see you then. So then, bye.